Going to the moon. Going to the moon. We're going to the moon. Screw candy, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them tendies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the apes won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. One day, very soon, gonna wake up on the moon. Brand new yacht and a McDonald's in my living room. Bright yellow Lamborghini, 50-meter swimming pool. Champagne every day, hey fam, what you do? Wanna hang, wanna chill? Oh, you got a mansion too? Oh, that's right, held on tight, jack titties every night. We was in way back when they tried to drop it down to 10. And just couldn't comprehend, Ace was strong until the end. Now let's retell it, Citadel they be sweating. Had enough of these felons, but the Ace we rebelling. Cause we never be selling, till we send it to heaven. Now we be out here yelling, hey screw you Kenny. Bought my wife a minivan to share with the boyfriend, but I pull up in the Benz, plate saying olive crayons. Going on an airplane, don't think we'll be back again. Celebrating every day like it's your birthday. Screw Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them tendies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the Ace won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. Getting them tendies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the Ace won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. Today's expectation, probably more manipulation. FUD, your creation of a crooked operation. Bought more while it was low, got more dips than Trader Joe's. Oh, you thought that we'd let go? What the hell you take us for? If you spend your last dollar on bananas while living in squalor, we don't claim to be scholars. We the smooth brain dummies and we never stood taller. Yeah, we do this for love and we do this for honor. Apollo 11 ain't got nothing on us. We the planet of the apes and in MOAS we trust. MOASS, oh hell yes. Gonna send it into space, go fire up the jets. Done my DD, call me Elton John, Rocket Man. This is the way, gonna be gorillionaires. Ground control to Major Tom, we about to have liftoff. Call us Neil Armstrong, gonna keep holding on. Screw Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them tendies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the Ace won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon. Screw Kenny, cause we're holding on for dear life, getting them tendies so soon. Don't be mistaken, the Ace won't be shaking or breaking because we're going to the moon.
Moon gang, hello, and happy Friday, September 10th. Boy, oh boy, girl, oh girl, are we ready to fit a day and a half within this particular day? Folks, it's mostly sunny, 64 degrees Fahrenheit, whatever that means in Celsius. I don't know if you're using that made up scale way back when. I don't know what it converts to, 20, 30, something like that. Who knows? I just know it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, folks. Look at this. AMC 49.27 in pre-market trading, up a nice 1.55%. Folks, it's a Friday. It's a Friday fun day. We're going to have some fun. I see some people saying that it is a copywritten song. Yeah, it is. Have I lost all of my revenue on the past couple of videos, entire live streams, because I've played that song? Yeah, I have. But also, and we'll get it figured out. Hey, good karma, good vibes only. I strongly believe that if your heart is in the right spot, it all works out in the end. Did I lose it? Did I lose some money? Yeah. Does it matter when I have these buco bucks from AMC, GME, and whatever other stock going literally orbital? Not really. Folks, we're here for a fun time. We're not here for a long time. Here for a fun time, not here for a long time. I am excited. All right, let's start hopping into everything. I guess before as people are, I guess, starting to pour in for the day, getting ready, whether you're driving to your commute, if you're already commuting, if you're already at your office, whatever you're doing, if you're dropping your kids off at school, just tell everyone they're going to have a good day. You know, it's whatever kind of day they think they're going to have, it's going to be a better day. Let's start hopping into some of these stocks, and we'll save AMC and GME for the end. So the S&P 500 basically ended up closing right at this level of support at 449, but we are gapping up in pre-market, kind of halfway through the region. I kind of want to see what's going to happen. I'm looking for that breakout above 451.67, or if it gets rejected there, we could look for the support at 449-ish, roughly in that area. So currently in the middle, I don't think it's much of a trade till we see a clear direction on it. But please keep in mind, we are not that far removed from a literal all-time high. In terms of the Russell 2000, we care about this because AMC happens to be the largest stock in it. Also gapping up halfway in the region. Very, very similar breakdown of, we just need to see which way is it trending. Is it going to get above 226 and return to 229, or is it going to break down below 224.50 and come back down to 220-ish? So both of these main indices we pay attention to, the S&P 500, the Russell 2000, it is a waiting game. Now let's talk about some of these other ones. ATER, I was saying I like it. It kind of meets some of my credentials of high short interest, lower float, higher utilization, and also on the FTD list. This one, we're just looking for the breakout above basically 1150, and then from there I would watch 1265. But ATER, definitely a worthwhile watch. In terms of BBIG, I do like the gap up. Anything above 11, holding above 11, I've been very clear about this, that I do like it. With it, we're just looking for this overall. The previous all-time high is 1160, so look for it to push those levels, 1160, 12, 1250, something like that, and this thing could get going again. The one thing I do want to throw out to you in terms of technicals, and when you're talking about an FTD short squeeze, maybe not as important, but the stock has gone higher and the RSI has gone lower. That is referred to as bearish divergence. So for all I know, it could push today and the RSI could spike and there might be no more bearish divergence. I'm just trying to point out to you the current technical setup, but it is looking strong in pre-market. In terms of SPRT, there is a 60-cent gap down today, but I'm still looking for this gap fill play up to $30.50. SPRT, it shot up, got beaten down, started to show some strength. This was a great entry right here between 22, 23, somewhere in there. I love this reversion. You would be using 1920 as your support, looking for the gap fill up to this. To clarify, I have no ATR position, no BBIG position, no SPRT position. I'm out of the ones that we're mainly talking about. My account is pretty much all AMC and GME. In fact, it's all AMC and GME right now, the public account that I share with all of you. I am long on a 4-figure share amount of AMC, and I'm long on a 3-figure share amount of GME. I have no GME calls. I have a 3 call figure amount of AMC calls. Some of those expire today though, so probably early morning I'm going to be looking to roll. I will be taking some of the calls that expire today, whether they're a profit or they're a loss. There's a very, very good chance that I end up, I guess, getting out of those and then right away looking for a farther out expiration, and I'll either be looking at end of September or probably October, something like that, for the ones that I choose to roll into, because one of the biggest things I see going on with AMC and GME when people are trying to trade these options is they're just not giving themselves enough time. So I plan on doing nothing. If I do anything with the share count in either of these, I'll be adding shares. But in terms of calls, I have no GME calls, and in terms of AMC, I'll be rolling some to a farther out date, because to me, the play is very, very much alive. And in terms of that, check this out. Here's what we have going on with AMC this morning. Short interest of 18.35%, shares on loan of 114 million, and utilization of 91.44%. Please pay attention to these trends. The red line is the shares on loan, up, 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 and away. And then the average duration of these shares on loan, how long these people have been paying the cost to borrow, hoping for AMC to drop, has also been going up, up, and away, and we're pretty much at 2 months right now. And if we're at 2 months, what does that bring us to? Mid-July. Where is mid-July roughly? Mid-July. Honestly, we're kind of, mid-July is right here. we're in the zone. This is a very fair mathematical argument. Roughly mid-July is right here. Check this out. Let's go on a little thought experiment. Roughly mid-July in here. So that's kind of the point where if you go back 60 days, we know that this is the average duration of these shares on loan. So you could actually say that there's going to be a decent amount. We know some shorts got in here, obviously, but I'm saying the average one, based on that average duration of how long they've been loaned out, they're sweating bullets right now. So on this breakout, especially on this breakout of 60, where more of these shorts piled in, I mean, these people who were shorting, like, they're starting to sweat. Like, their P&L, they went from positive to maybe neutral to positive, maybe neutral. Now they're looking at their P&L on their AMC position and they're saying, what in the world is going on? We were positive. Why didn't we lock in our gains? And we know they're not locking them in by the fact that this duration is going bigger and bigger and bigger, which is telling me that the older shares on loan, and I'm being very specific to not say short because shares on loan is slightly different. You have to rent them out and then you can go short. You don't have to. It is a small distinction, but it's an important distinction. But anyway, so they've been out on loan for 2 months. And right here, let's just think about the psychological implications. If we're about to get this breakout and this is the zone that the average short's in, they could start to really, really sweat because all of a sudden they're in the red. And then, of course, like above 60, like this kind of level of resistance right here, rejection, some consolidation, rejection. If we go above 60 today, I mean, it's one of those things, and I was talking about this yesterday, that usually when a stock runs, the more it runs, the closer it is to being done, and you're going to see volume exhaustion, and you're going to see this candle start to look a bit tired. But with AMC and GME and like really these short squeeze candidates, actually the opposite happens. As it moves, there's a greater chance of it moving more because you're getting closer and closer to that actual squeeze, whether it's a short squeeze, a gamma squeeze, or just good old-fashioned FOMO buying in a highly publicized stock. This could get intense. I don't know how today is going to play out. I very much like that we're gapping up in pre-market. AMC at 49.23 as I'm speaking. Yesterday, 2 days ago, we had a high of 49.40. So we're watching that. I don't really care about that level. I care about 50. I care about that key psychological level of 50. I want to go up to 50. I want to break above it, and I want to hold 50. I want to close above 50. I want 115, 125 million in volume trading. Ideally, all above 50 would be a perfect scenario setup for us today on this beautiful, beautiful Friday. In terms of GME, so yesterday we know it gapped down 9.5% and then bought all the way back up, and it sent basically Kramer for like a mental hernia. He like could not understand. There was actually many analysts who were like losing their mind that people were buying GME back up. GME, the breakdown right now, I want to see it get back above 205. Above 205, 215 is a very real shot. Congrats. And I said this in the update video yesterday. Congrats to everyone holding out in GME. I mean, it was not the best opening, and people, they held their ground. They dug their heels in, and buyers stepped in on the sell-off, and they pushed it right back up to quote-unquote normality from whatever we've been seeing from August 25th up to September 8th. So right back in that zone, and we're still watching this trend line. I'm watching these two different trend lines. I want to see how GME reacts to it. We're looking for a breach of 205, and then I said 215. And there's already a small net return on GME today. Utilization 34%, shares on loan 6.8 million, short interest 12.39, and a net return of, well, it's net neutral, 7.7 thousand shares. We've been seeing a similar pattern relative to AMC of the average duration of shares on loan. We kind of based around 25 days. 24.5, and now we're up to 39, but the shares on loan has been pretty consistent, a different pattern for those shares on loan on GME, not much of an overlap with AMC, and I think it's good to illustrate points like that because they are obviously related plays. They're both highly publicized. They both have massive community support, but it's certain things that we're seeing under the hood in their data trend that actually, it really does separate them. And I wouldn't say that like, oh, these are the exact same things. Do I think in reality that they're going to end up moving together? Well, of course I do. And my reasoning for that is just, the sentiment of the group. When either of these get moving, they get publicized and people know what happened with both of them previously, and they're like, hey, this might be a money-making opportunity. But under the hood, the data is different. They're different floats, different short interest, different shares on loan. They really do have a slightly different community support. Like I said, I'm in AMC, I'm in GME. I think they both win together. I really do. But the point of comparing them, I don't necessarily agree with. You can't say one's better than the other because they're two different stocks. Like they're going to move differently. So I like both. I'm willing to bet on both. I don't think one it would be an interesting argument to say this one is clearly better than the other one. I don't even know how you would compare them. They're not in the same sector. They have different people paying attention to them, really, in terms of the psychology of the retail support. Maybe not the people betting against them. Maybe those are the same people, and we could see some commonalities there. I'm just trying to come up with like some sort of reason why it would be good to compare the two, but I just don't honestly think it would be. But anyway, congrats. I mean, look at this recovery on GME, 177.50 all the way up to 202. It just was buying, and then it coasted, and then it's holding that. I mean, that was an awesome dip buy opportunity. It was an amazing dip buy opportunity. All right, what else do we have going on? All right, that is your quick rundown. Quick crypto check. Ethereum looking a bit heavy. I would look for support at 3,200. 3,000 on Ethereum, in my opinion, would be a steal. Cardano is trading at 243. I do want to see it hold 250 and push above 280. Don't forget with Cardano, there is a fundamental development going on September 12th. In 2 days, they are doing the Alonzo hard fork where they are going live with their smart contracts. Hex is trading at 48 cents. Hex doesn't stop. Hex is just up. This is the one that I got into at 8 cents. Solana, I have a small position in it. I do like it. It's looking a bit heavy right now. You might find support around 159-ish, but I'm a fan of Solana, Polygon, Matic. It just looks like right now crypto's looking a bit heavy. Yeah, so what we're looking for, and it'll probably be Bitcoin that leads the way, but you're looking for Bitcoin to break above 4,700 or 47,500, excuse me. So that's your quick crypto check on the day. Obviously, as trades come in, we'll check the flow on AMC and GME, and throughout the day, we'll see if there's any interesting plays that Tiblio is kind of mentioning to us. But with all that being said, let me hop in and get some of your early morning questions, folks. Wait a minute. Where did they all go? Where did they all go? Why did they disappear? All right, I think I found him. Bigness, old brother. Chris, thank you. I appreciate that sticker. Can you take a look at IRNT for us? I could write it down for sure. And then during the midday when there's a bit more calmness, if there is calmness today, I can pull it up. But we've been looking at IRNT recently, and I was not the biggest fan. You know you're a superhero when you take your mask off and your hair is still perfect. That's just a lot of Don Dish Show people. Every time you play this song, we should all stand up and dance. I do it all by myself. You should too, Matt. Fred. I'm down to, but you might seem one of the worst dancers ever. Thank you so much for that morning energy. I needed that this morning, Matt. You're the freaky man. Shout out, Matt. Good name. Good morning, Matt. I turned 33 today and just wanted to thank you for everything you've taught me since June. All I want is end in the green. Shout out, Scott. I would love for this to end in the green. Not just green, but like crazy, crazy green. Little Bird told me to pay attention. BlackRock making a pretty important filing. Last time was January 22nd. I'm curious what that would be in reference to. I really like how the next few weeks on T-Mobile look. Any thoughts on RKLB? We checked that out yesterday. I thought it was super chasey, but we could take a look at it again today. AMC on its way. SPRT Ordex combined with the actual charts looks more crazy than ever. Unbelievable. BGFE is good earnings and high short interest. What's your opinion? Let's go apes. Thanks, Matt. I'm still holding AMC. All right, so BGFE. I believe this was actually one called out by the silverback Charles Payne. M8 MTTR. All right, that's also on the list. MTTR. Hey, Mark, it's my wife's birthday today. Amelia. Can you wish her some big boom boom birthday candles for AMC, and happy birthday to you as well, Mark. I appreciate that. Schmoopy Woogie. What a crazy name, but hey, happy birthday to Amelia. It's not Amelia. Is that just a really interesting way to spell Emily Woogie? That's in no way Amelia. Sorry, I had to bring up. I lost all the super, so I had to bring up a weird thing in the YouTube backend, and it is like running through it very, very quickly. I think that's just a fun way to spell Emily. So shout out happy birthday to both of them. How about that? Happy birthday to both. All right, now let me see if I could get back to the normal screen where I can actually read these things. Fantasy football update. Who had Cooper and Lamb? I don't know, not me, but I don't want to get frustrated. I do want this to be good vibes only, but Ezekiel Elliott in no way performed for me. He was one of my more highly drafted running backs, and he got me like no points. So I don't know what was going on there. Highly, highly frustrating. Good morning, Ruby. Why does Matt and STV look like they might be first cousins? What are you trying to hide? Both finance guys. Lemon. Oh, Short the Vix. You're saying Short the Vix and I look similar? Maybe we are first cousins. Maybe we'll disclose that information in the future. With shares on loan, can it be day traders that have borrowed and used the short covered intraday but not holding short positions overnight? Yeah, I mean, for a day trader to short, if they're getting in and out, they still have to go through the typical loaning process. That is definitely accurate. GEVO, that was an announcement. I think they partnered with someone, but still, I wouldn't. It's one of those things, buy the rumor, sell the news. Don't chase it an entire day after the news was released. No question to ask, just letting you know today we are going to the moon. Julio, can we classify BBIG as cup and handle on the hourly screeching back 6 days? BBIG. Let me check that one out very, very quickly. BBIG. Let's check out what we have. No, it's more of a upward channel. We are consistently seeing higher highs and higher lows. Remember, cup and handle, you're going to typically see that same high 3 times. BBIG is just pushing higher and higher and higher. I would say an upward channel on that one. Don't be mistaken, the apes would be shaken or breaking. We're going to the moon. Chad, what's going on? Hey, Mark, I sure appreciate you. Happy birthday. How do I roll an option on Weeble? Do I simply sell my current position and buy a new position? Correcto mundo, sir. Hey, Mark, it's my wife's birthday. Another birthday in here. Shout out. Happy birthday to your wife. There's nothing better than hanging with thousands of apes on a Fantastic Fridays. Let's make some money. I do agree. Could you take a look at KRBP? KRBP. All right, write it down. Don't want to forget about any of these. Matt, for BBIG, we had 8.4 million short exempts on September 1st. FTD settlement date potentially today. Option chain has roughly... Wait, why did my camera just jump out and jump back in? FTD settlement date potentially today. Option chain has roughly 6 mil shares that has been hedged for 17th and more money to AMC. So with it... I get a little, I don't know, the settlement dates. No one has thus far been like, hey, this is the day that everyone's going to cover. Like, no one's been right about that. Like, I get what you're saying. I'm saying, okay, we had all these FTDs, and if you do some quick math, like looks like sometimes that they're going to have to be covering. But we've seen this before with AMC and GME and other stocks where when people are calling out that date, we don't really seem to get movement on that date. So I wouldn't be holding my breath on it. I wouldn't be playing like daily options or really making any trades based on it. If it comes, okay, great, but I would still have no expectations. I have 49 calls expiring today. Do I roll at open or hold to see what the day brings? It really depends. If I were you, if I were in profit at open, I would take those profits and instantaneously roll, opposed to like fighting with theta. But if you're feeling like super lucky today and you want to take a big lotto bet, you could hold throughout the day, because you would make more money if you're correct on the day for like this specific action. But that's not exactly my style. But I can't comment on what type of risk you want. Remember, folks, not a financial advisor, not a lawyer, not a fortune teller, none of that. I can just share my own opinions, but that's basically it. I can't tell anyone when to buy. I can't tell anyone when to sell. All I do is share my own opinions on what I'm seeing. Am I wearing a bib? No, I'm wearing suspenders to hold up my shorts. I don't want any more naked shorts in the game. New thumbnail was great. Shout out Trader Mike. Yeah, we have the ape versus the snakes. If you look at the snake, he also has paper hands and his name is Greg. There was a lot of effort that went into that thumbnail. Hey Matt, my partner and I are celebrating 10 years together today. Let's go to AMC Tendy Town. Shout out. Hey Matt, what do you think about CEI? I wasn't the biggest fan because it's a penny stock. It looks strong though. We could take a look at it throughout the day, but I really don't like getting into penny stocks. Cowboys didn't have their best O-lineman. Bucks defense stopped runs, and Zeke did a great job blocking all night for Zach. Bounce back next week. Yeah, but I need the points this week, folks. I can't lose to Review Dork, and Ezekiel Elliott is like causing me to lose to him, and it's not fun. It's not a fun time. All right, I think I'm up to date. Beyond the trades, I want to recognize you as a person that discovered something you are passionate about and made it your career. Thank you for the inspiration. Nick, that actually, like, it means a lot to me. It really, really does. I mean, the start of this and the struggles I've had, and like we could talk about that a little bit throughout the day of like some of the insanity that like this career has taken me on. And like, it's just, I don't know. I feel so just stupidly lucky. I really, really do. I feel so lucky. I feel so fortunate, because you're always like pitched this concept of like, if you have a passion and if you just keep working and working and working, and I'm sure some of you listening right now are in that situation. You're like, hey man, I'm following what I really, really care about, and I keep doing it, and it's just not working out. And I don't know, like, that's why I feel lucky, because like it finally did work out for me and I finally got that traction. But also understand, it's funny. So people say like, oh, he like kind of like that overnight success, like you blow up out of nowhere. And like, it's funny and it's cool, and I take it as a compliment. I really, really do. But I mean, I did this for 11 months, 10 months, and I got nowhere. I worked on this for essentially an entire year, and it was just like, I mean, I remember still the days when there was one particular day in July of last year that by noon of the next day after posting a video, I had 300 views, and like, I was like, this is it. I am YouTube. And it just shows you how like crazy things can actually go. But like whatever you're currently doing in your life, I mean, just, you got to keep your head down and keep walking forward. That's the only thing. And like, you just got to wait. Like I very much believe in that saying that luck is when opportunity meets preparation. You can never make a bet on opportunity, but you can at least do your best to always be prepared. And you just, if you're prepared and you're honing your craft, and then you, whatever it is at all, you just got to keep your head down until your opportunity arises. And when it does, you got to attack it with as much ferocity as you can possibly muster. My passion is to own Texas Roadhouse, but you stole that. What is going on? Not a hedge fund. Literally, I'm a toaster. Hello, hello. Thank you for that very kind super chat. So glad you quit your day job to start a podcast. B-Strain 86, what's going on? Mary Newport, happy Friday, everyone. I won $500 on a scratch off. So sharing the good vibes, Mom. Matt, can you talk about Clove and SKLZ today? What is your favorite infrastructure stock? All right, let me do all those, and then we could run through some of the infrastructure plays. Clove, SKLZ. All right, we're building out this list. Could be a beautiful day, and the temperature was perfect for riding my Harley. I bought with AMC options into work. Shout out, that is so cool. We're already seeing lives being changed. It's my girlfriend's husband's birthday. Shout out to Greg. Remember when you could buy AMC at 45.36 yesterday? All right, let me switch to the chart. We're about to open. We are about to open. Matt, I'm new to investing. Thank you so much for your channel. I have 100 shares of AMC. What exit strategies would you recommend for AMC when it blows up? I'll talk about that in a second. Attention, attention. The casino on this Frizzle Day is open. Holy guacamole, Batman. AMC's already on the move. Whoa. Ken Griffin, I hope you're watching, partner. All right, folks, we're seeing some strength out of the open. We're seeing some strength. My exit strategy, pretty simple. I'm riding the trend and I'm looking for the shorts to cover. It's not a specific price level. It's not a specific percentage gain or really anything like that. I am very much looking for the shorts to cover, and I'm very much looking to see what's going on with all the shorts. And on top of that, as the shorts are covering, we'll see the trend up, up, and up. And that's why I'm putting those two things together, because they kind of they do highly correlate with each other. All right. Hey, Matt, check out Root, ROOT. I don't know if I would agree that that's the next potential squeeze. We've been looking at Root a little bit. I do think that there's other opportunities. But it might be. I'm not saying you're wrong, but I'll check out the chart. We'll check out the data. We'll see what's going on with it for sure. Financial advice, never. Life advice, always. Thanks, Matt. Did you see my chat about IMC Chicago covering? I did not, Timothy. All right, Jimmy at 196. The SPY pushing Russell 2000. Hang on. I did want to see my Russell position in the futures market. Is today I think is the rollover day. What is that? That might be next Friday. Might be next Friday. All right, so thus far, AMC still looking hot. Got very close. It hit 49.88, so we're seeing some aggression in the buying. I want to obviously see how this thing really reacts to that $50 mark. So within spitting distance, we were 12 cents off, but this is the opening volatility. I like to stay calm, cool, collected. Let's see how the market truly opens, and let's see where the trend lies. Let's see how basically people are positioning themselves. The SPY looking strong. All right, GME 194. We want to see GME above 198 and then want to see how it reacts to 200. All right. What are you doing? AMC 49.17. I'm expecting quite a bit of chop and insanity in these first couple minutes, people really gearing up to see what's going to be going on. All right, we have that. What are we doing here? Hang on. The Russell 2000, 224.50. We know there is support. It's at 224.80. The only reason I'm commenting on this right now is because we know AMC is the biggest stock within it, and I just want to see what kind of base we're making. But hey, AMC, we're holding 49 still. We're at 49.05. Let's see how this all really pans out on the day. Let's see what kind of base we make, and I want to see what sort of push we have. Be nice to get right above 49.50 for a really quick little intraday target. That's what I'm watching. 49.50 just to get back above this, and then we also have 49.88, the current intraday high. I say current because I don't think it's going to be lasting that long. I know the market just opened, and I know we're on the 1 minute, but we can just pay attention to this MACD. It did just cross slightly red, but let's see what it's really going on. I'm not the biggest fan of using the MACD right at open because the MACD isn't really taking volume into account. It's taking exclusively the previous bars and the information on those bars. So when you're including some of the pre-market action with the market open, it gets a bit wonky. So I'd rather it build out for a little bit. In fact, I believe in that so much, maybe we shouldn't watch that right at open. All right, we're looking for IWM to start pushing. SPY had a nice push out of the gate, but right now at 451, I'm looking for that 451.60 breakout. Oh, Russell 2000, what are you doing to us? What is the Russell 2000 doing? We don't want to see that much red over here. We don't want it to have an impact on AMC. But yesterday, the Russell 2000, the S&P 500, the NASDAQ 100, the Dow 30, all in the red, and AMC and GME in the green. So that not dragging it really as much lately. They were able to fight back. Is it true that the hedge fund IMC Chicago LLC wised up and covered their entire position of 1.7 million shares, 110 million plus left to go, baby? I don't know about that. It depends on you have to look at the dates and the filing versus the exercise date and all that. But I haven't heard about IMC and their covering. Are people tracking that through Fintel, through those filings? Because if so, that is slightly delayed data. Well, maybe not even slightly. It could be severely delayed data. Here we go. Okay, the buyers are pouring into AMC. Watch 49.50. After 49.50, we are watching 49.88. But the main watch, these two levels, yeah, they're important. I'm not saying to not care about them. The main breakout, that was at $50 flat. That's a huge psychological level. There are going to be many, many people reacting to the $50 mark on AMC. Many people. People are talking about ATER. ATR, it's up 7%. It's looking good. GME catching a bid. AMC catching a bid. Here we go. Here we go. AMC. Pong, what's going on? Let's not wait hitting the like button. Hulk smash that bad boy. We love you, Mark Kohrs. Where do you trade futures platform-wise? How does it differ from the regular market? More TA focus or fundamental? I use both fundamentals and you still need to know what's going on. That one is going to be, sometimes I find that the futures market, what they're tracking is inherently more based on what we see kind of politically, because it's still the S&P 500, it's still the Russell 2000, but then there's you have to pay attention to copper and gold and the bonds. But you still use TA and fundamentals. And the platform I use is TradeStation for my futures trading. And that's just because of it. For me, when I first started, it had an easier hookup to algorithmic based stuff. But there are other good ones. Ding, ding, ding. AMC 50. Are we going to get that 50 breakout? We hit 50.01. Oh, AMC. AMC. Baby. Nice, 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 nice. Nice, 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 nice. AMC, baby. September. Here we go. AMC on that move. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Now, holding above 50. Now, we don't know if it needs to reaffirm 50. We've seen this before where it smashes through something. It might need to reaffirm 50 because that was a pretty swift breakout. That was a pretty incredible breakout. But my next watch is legitimately 52.50. So up another $2. Do you use any particular scanners when trading? Yeah, I mean, I'll use see what's going on, the biggest percentage gains based on certain volume. I mean, there's a lot of scanner, you just set them. I mean, I'll use a scanner, but it's all about how you set up the scanner of what are you scanning for. All right, this baby needs to keep moving, 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 and moving, moving, grooving. Let's see how it goes to 51. Man, I love this. I love this. Come on, AMC. Keep doing your thing. Let's see 51. Just for the people who are not watching and listening, AMC currently has an intraday high of 50.79. Let's watch those whole dollar values at 51, 52. But my main watch is 52.50-ish. 53-ish, and then that is kind of a big, potentially a big, I guess almost vacuum that could get filled all the way up to 60. And there are other important levels of resistance. We have to watch 60. We have to watch 64. 64 is a pretty incredible breakout level, 64, 64. And that's the exact consolidation we saw on AMC back here. This is why I'm calling out 64. We saw some consolidation, but also 60 is important, like rejection, rejection, rejection. We have the shoulder, head, shoulder. So check out 61, I guess, technically. And I know I'm getting ahead of myself, but you never know how crazy AMC is going to get today. You never, ever know. All right, I want to see the Russell 2000 keep. We don't want the markets dragging this down. We want to just a green day across the board. We don't want to run into any headwinds here. People are talking about BBIG. BBIG is looking good. BBIG is looking very hungry. Congrats if you're in BBIG. This looks like it wants to also move. But come on, AMC. GME is at 198. Look for it hit 199.50. Look for GME to recapture that 200 level. If you haven't already, I would highly appreciate it. I think we're firing on all syllables here. Yeah, we're on Twitch, Rumble, all that stuff. If you guys could help me out with that engagement, it would mean a lot to me. If you could just drop a like, if you want to be a member of the Moon Gang, subscribe, follow, all that stuff, completely free. And that type of engagement does help get this video served to extra people. So I would appreciate that. Thank you. Come on, AMC. You know you want to push it. You know you want to push 51. All right, MACD looking pretty strong. BBIG making its move. IWM coming back. IWM, we're watching 225. Come on, push this. 50.61. You got this, AMC. You got this, AMC. Is there a play on lemons or rockets on the chart? I am only good enough to be dangerous at this point. Grab yourself a drink. On me, not financial advice. Oh, we're going to get some rocket action for sure. I don't like how it doesn't base properly. There we go. There we go. Maybe they need different things today. We're seeing some different looking charts between the two. AMC at 50.50. The high is 50.79. GME is at 196.20. Come on, 50.50. 30 cents to go on that. We did just get above 50.60. Like, I wonder if we're just getting this U, the U shape. We just kind of want to hold. But this is what happens when you're in the minute chart. It's so close and choppy that it's not. The technicals are confirmed and broken very, very rapidly, especially on a stock. I mean, we've already traded 13 million and we're 12 minutes into the day. We're trading 1 million a minute. We have seen higher on AMC, like especially back in late May, early June, but relative to what we saw in like July and August, it's pretty good volume. Like I said, to me, obviously I wanted this breakout at 50. Clearly, I've been stating that. But I also wanted to close above 50, and I would love to see 115, 125 plus in million volume today on AMC. Come on. It's deciding which way it wants to go. There was a lot of enthusiasm at the open, a lot of enthusiasm, and it's deciding. The powers to be, the stock market gods are deciding which way the next push is about to go. How did the RSI look? Yeah, it got quickly overextended, quickly overbought. BBIG making its move, just hit 1170. All right, AMC, how are you going to play this one? How are you going to play your hand on this one? BBIG actually still holding there. That's looks nice. All right, all eyes watching AMC. Which way is it going to decide to go? What way? Is it going to go up?
Oh, brother, it looks like it's coming up. Looks like it's a hungry one. Hungry hippo. Let's see. How high will it go? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. We're pushing.
Let's go. We're just messing around right at this 50-60 level. Rejection. 3 individual minutes all got smacked right there after the burst up to 50-80. So I think I care a little bit more about 50-60 than I do 80, and we just broke above it. Let's go. Hold it. Hodl. Come on. Let me quickly do this. Let's check out the 30-minute. All right. Let's do, we're at 50, 67, 72. All right, I have to go back to this for now. Boom. Let's do this thing. IWM catching a bid as well. We just don't want any of those headwinds to run into. Next stop, 51. Next stop, 51. All right, we need these to rock and roll. 51. GME also making that move to 200. Let's go GME. IWM with a beautiful pop. Watch 225 on IWM. We're watching 51 right now on AMC. This is bananas, folks. This is bananas. Here we go. 51. Let's go. Push it. Matt, I don't know much about HLBZ. My focus has been on more of I haven't even really heard about HLBZ recently. Joshua, what's going on? Money is the motive. BBIG and SPRT, ATR, root, all side plays for my babies. AMC, GME. Shout out to Mr. Boulay, my guy. AMC ad campaign in variety. Fuel up, apes. Let's go. AMC, BBIG. Shout out Wall Street Viking. Hey, Matt, in AMC since January at $12 cost basis. If I buy more, my average cost will be 20. What are your thoughts on averaging up? I like 12. Yeah, but if it goes up more than the second time you purchase it, you make more money. That's just I guess the weighting of really averages. It's just your average weight. So if you have 10 shares at 10 and then it goes up, you make basically based on that weight of 10 if it goes up. But if you buy another at 20, yes, your average goes up to 15, but every time it goes up higher than 15, you make, or really your second buy at 20, you make even more money than you would have in the first scenario. I would not be that hyper focused on your cost basis. It's highly important, but also be focused on how does the stock move from all of your individual purchases. Just got my 6-month trading badge. Tendies, thanks to you. Keep it up, brother. Shout out. We just broke 51 on AMC. GME broke 200. IWM coming back. BBIG hanging out at 1140. It's going to be a day and a half. It will be a day and a half. Q Moon Music. Shout out. Leon. Love when CNB says classic memes are dead. Suck it, CNBC, not financial advice. Just went green for the first time. Been holding 500 at 49 since June. Thanks for all your content and non-financial advice. Shout out, Gregory. Your fake low voice is still higher than Wrench Capital's. Hey, I can't compete with Wrench's voice. That's something else. All right. We're hanging out at just around 51 on AMC. What do we have? What do we have? What do we have? Let's see what we can do. All right, AMC looking pretty good. What kind of buying power? I did that deposit a while ago and it still hasn't hit. What was that, a couple days? I guess I need more time. More time. Let's see how juiced these options are. Probably pretty juiced if I had to throw out a wild guess. If I had to throw out a guess, what is the implied volatility? Yeah, it's going to be sky high. Of course it's going to be sky high. Why would it not be sky high? Why would it not? All right. When The Russell 2000. What are you doing? You were looking good. You looked like you wanted to come back to 225. All right. I love AMC though. AMC holding up 4.6%. GME's up 0.5%. Both AMC and GME in the green. I think we're at an interesting point where, hang on, we have this kind of this wedge. Let's see how this actually builds out. I wonder if it's the Russell 2000. Don't drag us down, man. The Russell 2000 got smacked and AMC was not that far behind. The Russell 2000. What are you doing to us? What you doing, dude? All right. BBIG holding on. We're just looking for that reversion. All right. Let's, man, this does seem right here. The Russell getting smacked, but is it just going to base? Are we going to get lucky? It almost had a weird, awkward higher bounce. Someone is trying to keep the Russell down. As soon as the Russell got hit right here, that's exactly where AMC actually like got below this wedge, which I can't even really call it a wedge because we didn't even have 3 hits. But right here, AMC doing its best to hold. It's not really letting the Russell, like some of these volume pops that we're seeing with a big bar on the Russell, it is. But I mean, AMC is just kind of basing and like fighting back. So like at first it's getting a little startled by the moves, but then it's like, nah, never mind. We're going to keep doing our thing. We're going to keep doing our thing. What is the Russell 2000 doing today? Oops. What is the Russell 2000 doing? I don't think it even knows. All right, AMC. Show us you don't care about the Russell 2000. Not one bit. All right, we get here. Let's go to the 3-minute on this. Let's clean these charts up just a bit. Easier to see. I like GME still hanging out at 199, 200. It did get all the way up to 201.30, so similarly strong. We're just seeing what in the world is going on with this guy. What in the world's going on in the Russell? Russell's messing with Amy. We might have a nice just double base right here at 50.20 on. We don't want this to become a shoulder, head, shoulder. We definitely want it to keep pushing right here. After, and KPLT on the move after. I don't know what after is. ATER maybe is what you mean? ATER? ATR is up 10% on the day. ATR, that one's one we've definitely been talking about. KPLT, not my favorite for like an FTD short squeeze, but I do like it for a gap fill play up to the 9 region. All right. AMC, what you gonna do, baby? What you gonna do, baby? This might be a good time to roll. Autobots, roll out. Autobots, roll out. What do I like? All right. Let's see. All right. Time for AMC to do its thing, man. The only thing I don't like about the scenario right now is that the small cap sector is not looking the best. It just broke below 224. I think my futures account is getting messed up. It definitely is.
Brother,
Shout out Travis for joining up, becoming a space ape. Can you smell the potential in the air today? How does T-Mobile look over the next few weeks to you? I had T-Mobile. I'll write it down. T-Mobile. We'll check that out in a second. If we care so much about the Russell getting smacked, what happens if the whole market gets a crash or correction soon? Bad news for AMC? Not necessarily. We care about the Russell because the Russell 2000 is an index, and the ETF is tracking a basket of stocks. AMC is in that particular basket. That's why we're talking about the Russell and not necessarily the S&P 500 or the NASDAQ 100 or the Dow 30 or any of those other ones, because it's like specifically in it. AMC is in it. AMC just got hit as well at 50.50. A weird sell-off, a strange sell-off. Hang on, let's see what's going on here. PBIG, but the Russell is bouncing. So that's why we care about it, because you have to look at what that particular basket is tracking. And this basket, i.e. the Russell 2000, has AMC is in it. It's part of that basket, and it's specifically the largest stock within that basket. And AMC, on the other hand, it's not in the S&P 500. It is the GME is not in the S&P 500. GME used to be in the Russell 2000, then it got moved to the S&P 400 mid cap. So you just have to kind of see like where the stock's at and like what basket it's in, and you could get a better idea of how that particular basket is or isn't moving. Who is this guy? Let's kick him. Rad propaganda, becoming a space ape. I appreciate that. Shout out. What's going on, Frank? Thank you.
Welcome to the Moon Gang.
If what you say is true about the funds being such a small percentage of AMC, how is it having impact? How have they figured out a way to use them? I don't know. What do you mean? When have a funds being such a small percentage of AMC? I'm not quite sure what that's in reference to. Small percentage of AMC. How is that still having an impact? The current ownership does not impact the price of a stock. It's all about the current buyers and the current sellers. Do you know why AMC is currently trading at $49.96? Because the most recent buyer and seller agreed that it was worth $49.96, not the current holders of the stock. A stock can move on low volume, high volume. It's all coming down to what did the most recent buyer and a seller agree the stock was worth. It has nothing to do with the current ownership. My option chain has dates that aren't Friday on Fidelity, September 10th, 13th, 15th, 17th, 24th. Yeah, I mean, they can add those. Like, there's no rule of what has to not be there. Like, the market makers are going to build out an options market if there's more demand for it. Can you explain how the options market will react to the price? I don't quite understand how and when people get their shares if they bought a call option at $50 strike that expires today. Oh, you would just exercise it. Once you exercise it, and I think there's technically a 2-day settlement window for it to get there, like the normal settlement window, if we want to get like super technical with that. But once you exercise, you're exercising on the contract, and your contract says you're owed 100 shares at that strike price if you choose to pay. You still have to pay $50 a share, but if we're trading above 50, well, that's a win. You pay the strike price, not the current price of the stock. Is the chip challenge 55 for today? No way. 55 is so easy for AMC to get to today. Today's chip challenge would be a close above 60. All right. So AMC, as of now, we are seeing, if we're being honest, on the intraday perspective. Why does this not work? We're seeing kind of a head and shoulder setup. This was a weird volume. Someone sold a lot right here at 955 on AMC. It was holding its own. It was strong. And then they sold that. But look at this. That sell-off bar, it did strangely align with the Russell 2000 actually getting a pop. Interesting. This rocket's in the way for right now. All right, GME hanging out at 198 right now. BBIG, we just wanted to see some movement. We want to see some trends, not chop. Chop stuff is where it gets so incredibly boring. All right, there we go. AMC trying to break out of this trend. I like that. I like that. Can it hold? We're watching 50-60. 50-60. The current intraday high is 51.07. So let me actually mark that out for everyone. 51.07. We're currently trading at 50.30. But more importantly than that, we're breaking a trend line and we're watching for the reaction to 50-60. Above 50-60, I think another retest of 51 is pretty likely. GME pushing above 198, almost at 199. Its intraday high is right here at 201.25. All the highly shorted stocks got smacked at the same time. I mean, the market got smacked. If you look at the Russell 2000, the S&P 500, I don't know if you could even just, I mean, I'm assuming a lot of, it wasn't even just highly shorted. It looked like a bigger overall group. Sir Doge a lot, what's going on? Any thoughts on CLBQ? Asking a friend, ask the man. CLBQ, the fact that it has 5 letters, it tells me it's on the OTC, like gray market, so I wouldn't trade it. If you think that the normal market, the quote unquote normal market, like is not well managed and some crazy stuff goes on, you're gonna hate the OTC gray market. I've heard you say half of 1%, 0.5% is AMC for the Russell 2000. How much of AMC shares are tied up in the Russell 2000? You just do 0.5% multiplied by whatever. I don't know the number of the Russell 2000 count off the top of my head. William, thank you. Thomas, shout out. After AMC goes to the moon, what is the long-term strategy after that? Are you and your fans of dividend income, or will you continue to simply pursue shorted or do a combination of both? I'm not the biggest dividend trader. I find it to be a bit boring. But if you're making money is not boring. But I was never really a short hunter. Like, I'm not inherently a person who looks for short squeezes. I'm a person who looks for good trading setups. And sometimes that might be a short squeeze play, but I hunt for good technical setups. So that's what I will be doing. And not even necessarily post AMC and Jamie. We've been kind of doing it in the meantime. Recently, we made a killing on SPRT both ways. I didn't make a killing on it, but I know a lot of people listening made a killing on BBIG or are currently making a killing on BBIG. Some people might be back into SPRT looking for it to gap fill. It's just for opportunity. People are just looking for good opportunity. And it's not even necessary to the stock market. We look for opportunity in the futures market, the options market, the crypto market. There's a lot of opportunity in the crypto market as we're speaking right now. All right, AMC, get back up to 50-60, currently 50-35, getting this trend line breakout. We did have, you know what we want to see right now? Oh, not on that, man. The biggest issue right now is actually the Russell 2000. It's the rest of the small cap sector. The S&P 500 is somehow green. The Russell 2000 barely red. So both of them must have gapped up and they're just giving back their gap up. But AMC hopefully just does not care. All right, we're pushing that level, that 50-60 level. It's at 50-48 right now. Then we're watching 51. After 51, we're watching 52. After 52, we're watching 52.50. This is crazy in the Russell 2000. All right, 50. We're a couple cents away. Come on. The MACD is about to cross on AMC as well. The pattern we're seeing, not the exact same, but somewhat similar, I suppose, with GME. GME sell-off, at 940-ish, was a little bit more dramatic than AMC's. But other than that, there are some similarities in their chart. AMC's currently having a stronger day. It's up 4%, while GME's down 0.9%. But that's for right now. We all know that stuff can change insanely quickly. All right, let's do a quick Ortex check just to see how things are panning out over the first half hour of the day. AMC borrowed a net borrow of 151, short interest of 18.3%. GME, a net borrow of a quarter mil, short interest 12.86%. The Russell 2000 breaking down out of the bull flag. That's not a good scenario for the Russell 2000. I want to see this quickly recapture it. Man, I'm just thinking about where AMC would be at right now if people like in the small cap sector wasn't getting so seriously hit. It just gave back all of its pre-morning gains, and the S&P 500 getting smacked. Like, what's going on in the overall market today? Just a perfect downward trend in both the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000. Both of them right now are in a region of supply, so maybe they'll be breaking out of their downward trends, hopefully now. But the first 30 minutes for the overall market, not the most ideal. I can only imagine where AMC would be at, where GME would be at if the market didn't have so much selling pressure to start the day off. Matt, have the hedge funds used up all their potential shorts? No, the utilization is not 100%, so they have not. I transferred my stocks from Robinhood to Webull. Now my averages are higher than when I have 150 RM fee for some reason. Please explain. The fee must be a transfer fee, but the transferred stocks, this is a common misconception. It doesn't matter at all. Like, first of all, you do have an option to edit it if you want to redo it, just so for your own, like, I guess, accounting purposes of where your P&L is truly at. But that's just like a UI thing. If you bought a house for $100,000 and then someone tells you bought it for 75, like if some other place just said it, like, what does it matter to you? Because you already spent the money. It doesn't matter what someone told you spent. It mattered like what you actually spent. So for that, like, it just, I think you're kind of thinking about it wrong. But also, with that being said, I get why, because like you might just want to like track it properly and you can edit it. But as for the fee, I don't know. Personally, I would not have switched to Webull. Right now that we're learning more about payment for order flow, we're learning more about market makers, we're learning more about dark pools, I would have switched to something like Fidelity or Public. Hey, Matt, new to the community, any thoughts on QS? All right, I will write that down, QuantumScape. It is an EV play. We'll check that out in a bit. What about for taxes? For taxes, it's still properly accounted for somewhere. It's not what your brokerage is telling you. It's like what the blue sheets are. Like, you're out there, you're going to have the true execution of your trades. It's not based on like the simple display of a brokerage. Shout out Short Crusher. Have you looked at ABIT up 200% in the last 2 days? Bitcoin ATMs El Salvador. I have not looked at ABIT, but my commentary, you're telling me that it's up 200% in the last 2 days. That means I wouldn't chase it. You're chasing it. All right. AMC, it is fighting back in a beautiful, beautiful manner. We just got that MACD crossover. Very, very happy about that. We got the MACD cross right here. We're just looking for this push above 50.75, basically. It's at 50.55. We're seeing some strength. We want to see another retest and ideally a breakout of 51 and a nice, beautiful push to 52 or even higher. Check Sumo for me, please. Huge spike. All right, I could put that on the list. Sumo. We're getting a big list today. Sumo. All right, GME catching a bid, pushing 200 once again. Let's see if we're back into that pattern of like Jimmy Boy leading the way. We have noticed that before, especially in late May, that not like the same percentage, but it seemed like GME would get its pop and then AMC would follow, or GME would get a drop and then AMC would follow. So let's see if that's going to be similar, or maybe that's just not the pattern anymore. Finally, the S&P 500 might be changing its trend. We want it to change trend. We very much want everything on the screen you see right now, the S&P 500, the Russell 2000, GME, and AMC to all be in the green. And AMC and GME will have an easier time continuing to push higher. GME is now break even. AMC is up 4%. They'll have an easier time pushing higher if the overall market is also going green. It doesn't have to. There are divergences, and that's completely fine. We've seen it multiple times before, with yesterday being the most recent example. It's just easier. It's just easier, though. Can the hedgies make their money back on the way down after the squeeze? Yeah, if they hold, of course. Or if they know and get a short at the top value. There could be new hedgies stepping in right now that have not been involved in AMC at all. Yeah, but of course they could. Like, they're any short out there, whether they're a new short or an existing short, if you're right, if you create a short position and the stock drops from there, you're going to make money. Can you help me understand how to calculate break-even? My 5910 calls are still minus 80% because your break-even price, the calculation is pretty simple. It is the strike price plus the premium that you paid. You have to take your strike price plus the premium you paid, but most brokerages have that displayed. It should have somewhere. It should tell you your break-even. Hey, Matt, just woke up and a big Ric Flair, woo, take the bet. AMC hit 60 today and you got to go to an Irish pub and have some mushy peas on some fries. Amazing. Shout out Irish. I love the energy. Check out KRBP. On a certain, just so everyone listening like understands, on a day like today, I'm like probably the least interested in deploying my money onto other stocks because AMC and GME feel like they're on the verge of doing something insane. So like I would have to see something truly nuts to notice a better opportunity in a different stock. And in the current market, I don't know if it's quite there. I mean, we've been watching AMC now. I mean, I've been watching AMC for half a year, like religiously. And now that we're at a big breakout, like I would have to see something so incredibly perfect in another stock for me to like somehow even care about that at like even a percentage of what I care about on AMC right now. I mean, I feel like in a certain way with AMC, it's not like you're these football players out there right now. You don't practice and then play all the games all season to just miss the Super Bowl. I mean, with this right now, this is we're leading up. We're somewhere in the playoffs, and I don't know what round of the playoffs we're necessarily in, but we're seeing something nuts. But I'm not just gonna like all of a sudden at this point, especially on a big AMC breakout, get like, I don't know, give more of my attention to just some other like random play that might be like, oh, okay, I meant some money. I like those when AMC is doing nothing and GME is doing nothing, but these stocks are like actively moving right now. And right here, I mean, we're pushing 51 again. Can you check out the borrowed shares on Statistical Chapter? The ETF available just jumped substantially. Also 50K available. No, I'm not going to check out Statistical Tracker for their borrowed because they're exclusively getting their data from interactive brokers. They literally are sourcing it from one source. Ortex is by far a much more complete data source when you're talking about the utilization and the shares left to short. Statistical Tracker, Fintel, they're getting their data from interactive brokers. It's one data source. It's accurate. It's just like a very small point. It's a very small portion of the overall picture is probably the best way to put it. This is what we play. The game apes sit and smile. Marky Mark, I've been here since the Gucci duck shirt days. If AMC hits over 100 today, I'd like a 2-part video. First of you ordering the shirt and second video opening. Okay. Yeah. If, all boogie. If we go 100 plus today, I will buy myself that Gucci shirt and I will also buy you that Gucci shirt and I'll mail it to you and we'll actually do a fun video when I'll video of me ordering the two, shipping it to you, and then we'll do some sort of like call where we're both in our new crazy expensive Gucci duck shirt. Happy to do that. What thoughts do you have on the Workhorse Group? I think it's a reasonable long-term investment. I would no way trade it like actively, and I also don't think it's a short squeeze play. Workhorse got seriously hit ever since it lost the USPS contract. So you're just looking for the company to regain its footing and build up some momentum. And honestly, that could take a couple years. I changed to interactive and I've made more money with commissions than on any others. 0 commission on a stock and small commission on options unless you trade a lot of options. I mean, Interactive Brokers is a very good platform. There are like high level, I would consider them professional personal traders, like for their own large accounts that are interactive. Like Interactive Brokers is a highly respected brokerage, highly respected. When I buy ETH on MetaMask and swap for Hex, that means I now own Hex, right? Yeah, if you swap it for Hex, you have Hex. I love Hex. Apes start buying. I want my Gucci duck shirt. What's going on, all boogie? If it hits 100 today, you need to come down to AC this weekend. Game on. I have a lot of work to do this weekend, unfortunately. Hey, when it's game time like this, I don't think it's a time to take a break or leisure or anything. I'm shooting some interviews and some doc stuff tomorrow, and then I have that co-stream with Trey on Sunday. Hey, when it's game time, it's game time. We can rest after. We can enjoy it all after. How's AMC volume look compared to the daily average this week? 30 mil, which is good. We're on track, but we need it to continue. Usually you're going to see that spike, especially because it's in the first 45 minutes. So we just don't want it to start going down. We've already traded a third of the volume that we saw yesterday, but yesterday we also saw a spike in the morning, and then midday the volume really dried up. So we don't want that to happen again. We very much want, and I think we're going to see a continuation in the volume, at least a spike in the volume, if we get this breakout above 51. I obviously sooner rather than later would be ideal. The biggest thing I'm seeing right now of like AMC is truly the Russell 2000 and S&P 500. The S&P 500 looks like it's bending back around, but the Russell 2000 is still looking weak. If this could just give us a relief, even if I would love for the Russell 2000 to just go flat, just so we don't we just don't have that pressure from it. It might not necessarily be helping us, but man, whatever I guess is going on in the bigger picture of the world, probably a political statement or something like that, the small cap sector not looking the best. I mean, look how it's just been selling off all day. We opened up at 225.30 and we're down to 223 already. We're down $2 on the Russell 2000. It was a gap up, so we're not down that bit much like percentage wise, but it's just we're seeing small cap selling. I can only imagine what we would have been doing right now on AMC if we weren't running into this particular headwind. But who knows? Maybe this will, like I said, we are only 45 minutes into the day. This thing could base and it could start to rip. I mean, it looks like the S&P 500, which had a very similar pattern, it was selling off. We based in that exact same level of demand that we saw yesterday. And now I am looking for the push to basically 450 flat. We just need this to base the Russell 2000. Happy birthday, Mark. Does this mean you're eating that hot chip today? It depends on where. If AMC closes above 60, I can't say I'll happily be eating it, but I'll eat it. I sold 18 cover calls, 924 at 218. Think I should buy them back. Don't want to get called away. Just want an opinion, not financial advice. Wait, Justin, I have no idea what your strike price is. I sold 18 covered calls, expiring 924 at 218. Yeah, but what's your strike price? If you're depending on your strike price, that's a completely different answer. I still want a duck on a tractor to the moon shirt. Will, we could probably make that happen. KAVL. All right, maybe it's time that I start running through this list. All right. Well, while we're waiting for AMC to build out this wedge, hopefully we get the build out and the break. Well, let me run through some of these that have been requested. All right. T-Mobile. T-Mobile, TMUS, looks super, super weak. Looks like it wants to keep selling off. I would watch $128, but there's a lot of weakness. I don't see buyers stepping into this, and I wouldn't buy it until I see some buyers stepping in. All right, Root, it's looking okay, but if people are trying to think this is some sort of like short squeeze play, BBIG is better, SPRT is better, ATR is better. Root, not really moving. It doesn't have much range. I don't know if the risk is worth the reward because the reward seems somewhat minimal on Root. SKLZ. I do like this. I don't like the chart that much, but I do like the sector it's in. I'm hoping it bases here, this previous resistance. Hopefully it becomes support. Maybe you'll get some support at 1050. So with that being said, your risk is relatively close and your rewards up here, maybe at 14, maybe in excess of 14, but you need some buyers. You need it to pull that U-turn first. Clove looks bad. If I had to play Clove right now, I would short Clove. I would short it down to 825. If I got lucky, I would short it down to 740. Clove looks weak. CEI, ripping. It was a penny stock. I didn't trade it for that reason. It keeps ripping though, but I wouldn't get into it today. Like that's the definition of chasing. You don't want to be a FOMO buyer. You don't want to risk being a bag holder. AMC at the top of its wedge. I see that. I'm just trying to run through a couple more of these. KRBP, Biopharma, that's not moving. I wouldn't trade it. I wouldn't touch it. BBIG, holding. It's still strong. It's still up there. Holding above 11 does make it dangerous. GEVO, I'll probably end up telling you not to chase it. GEVO after the news, now selling off. It seems like a buy the rumor, sell the news type of a deal. I wouldn't put any money into it. IRNT, I don't like it because it's like newly trading ever since August 23rd, but I do admit it looks strong. It went up, it sold off, got some weakness, but now it's fighting back. Look for it to get above 20. I do admit that there might be a nice day trade in there or something like that, but I won't be trading it. RKLB, shot up, showing some weakness inside day. Nothing you can really do with that at the moment. BGFV, shooting up, showing weakness. I think it'll stay weak until you see maybe a reversion back above 30. MTTR looking very strong. Looks like it may want to keep moving. I would watch 20 and then 21. And you do have a nice gap fill. Actually, my main watch on MTTR would be this gap fill up to 2160. QS, QuantumScape. As much as I like the EV sector, this is a weak EV play. All it's doing is downtrending. I'm not seeing any buyer stepping into it. Just down. The risk is very close, which I like. I'm a big fan of a low risk play. But I just don't know where the buyers are. All this thing has been doing is getting annihilated off of 132. We already did that. Sumo gapped out on the earnings, but you have some buyers stepping in. Could be a gap fill play. Interesting. It could be a reasonable gap fill play. What would I risk though? 16. Like, I do think it ends up coming back up given enough time. I just don't know if the risk is really necessarily worth it. KAVL shoots up, gap down, weak, pump, dump. This type of stuff happens a lot, but it got pumped, it dumped, it's done. All right, SPY. What are you doing to us, market? Man, AMC is fighting its heart out even against this Russell 2000 crap. It's doing its best, folks. It really is. I mean, I'm super, super impressed with AMC holding above 50 in the face of these major indices getting slammed. I mean, man, that just shows you how incredibly strong AMC is today. Ding, ding, ding. We just hit a new intraday high. We hit 51.15. My next stop is legitimately 52. Hey, like, this is very, very hard to argue with. The fact that AMC is up 5% and the Russell 2000 has just been getting smoked all morning, that's crazy. That is crazy. That is absolutely crazy. My next stop is All right, let's lay out some of these levels. Let's lay these levels out. 50. What kind of levels are we actually seeing? 52, 52. It really is 52. Like it's 52. Some would even say 53 and a half. 50, 52, 50. Like we're getting back into this chop here, so it's kind of tough to know like what will be adhered to and what won't be adhered to. But I mean, we're just seeing crazy strength. We are seeing absolutely crazy strength right now. AMC trading at 51.18. The current intraday high is 51.33. GME at 199.30. Looking for it to breach 200, then 201, and make a run up to 205. And we see that AMC is diverging from the Russell 2000. Seems to not care. I could only gander at what it would be if this had pushed even more. If the Russell 2000 had pushed. I have 20x 40 60 bull call spread expiring 916. I'm capped at 60. Or if it goes well over, can I keep generating profit? No, not if you have a bull call spread. If it goes to 60, that's your max profit. So you'll be profitable like 61. Like you just don't get any profit, extra profit past 60 if you created the bull call spread properly. Anyone else hearing the Rocky theme music? I am in any because of the share offering we used to purchase 60K mining machines. The average revenue was 8 per day. So fundamentally, that's reasonable, but I don't like doing these crypto miners for a fundamental play. Why not just play crypto directly? Because like a mining play is on the value of crypto. On top of that, you're looking at the business competition between it and other miners. So why not take out some of that stress of the business competition and just play crypto directly if you're confident in crypto? Matt, have you read the True Dreamin' thesis on how he finds legit squeeze stocks? Great read. I have, and honestly, it was such a big brain thing. I think I need to read it an extra 2 or 3 times, but it was a great read. I need to track that link down and like put it in one of my video descriptions so everyone else can check it out. My question is, during high volume periods, would buying 1,000 shares affect the price the same as selling 100 shares 10 times? No. It would like high volume periods, 1,000 have the same effect. No, it wouldn't. That would be like essentially the same. Thoughts on Oatly? Too much of a recent IPO for me to really be interested in. I want more of a chart development on Oatly, Devin. It's like it could do well, but I don't think it's going to be some like insane stock that has a massive return for you. I think it's, from what I know about it, it seems solid. I want the chart to develop a bit more, and it might be like an okay investment, but like if you're looking for, it depends what type of trader and or investor you want to be, honestly. ATER, I'm a fan. Isn't chasing, but Clove is, could be more biased towards pump what you're holding. SPRT isn't chasing, but Clove is. Wait, what? I'm not holding either of those. I don't hold SPRT or Clove, so I'm not being biased. I'm giving you like a fair, unbiased opinion. I have no dog in the fight of SPRT and or Clove. SPRT's chart looks stronger. It gap filled, it based, and it looks like it wants to go back up. Clove shot up, and now it looks weak. Biased? No bias. Right now, I am in AMC and GME. I have no Clove, no SPRT, no ATR, no BBIG, none of those. If AMC hits 70 today, I will get a space duck tattoo on me. Hits 100 and I'll get a Dutch tulip. Irish, that's hilarious. Justin, 70 strike. I think you're going to be good until, like, if I were you, maybe on the 70 strike, 917, you might want to wait because like we still have various levels of resistance to break up. So if I were you, I would wait on that one. Happy birthday, Mark. Does this mean you're eating the hot chip today? The chip is a close above 60. 13K of ATER gains inbound on AMC. Let's go. Shout out Fud Swatter. If we hit 60 today, you have to send Kramer a box full of bananas. I also mine my own crypto through nice hash rather than buy it. Currently about 2K in Bitcoin per month with one rig. Not a bad way to go. Hey, I'm a fan. Like, I'm bullish on crypto. Like, I very much like think crypto's going higher and higher. I'm just trying to think of like some of that competition in terms of the stock market. Like, you're using your own capital to buy those stocks. Why not use that capital to buy additional crypto? All right, AMC just pushed again, 51.50. All right, people are saying, man, the market is getting smoked. Wow. All right, well, AMC's pushing. This is day 2 of where AMC apparently and GME apparently just does not care about the market. They're doing their own thing today. They don't need that toxic vibe in their life. AMC, Amy girl, Jimmy boy, doing their own thing. Russell 2000 getting smoked, S&P 500 getting smoked from the open, not necessarily percentage wise, but definitely from the open. These two have just selling. It's now just been an hour straight of selling. But keep in mind, AMC is making its way to 52. It's at 51.43 right now. GME's above 200. It just made its own new intraday high at 202.16. So we're looking for AMC to push 52, and we're looking for GME to push 205. Man, this Russell, look at this. This is insane. Just selling. It broke the opposite way of this bull flag, and it's just going down. Wow. Something had to happen in like more of a, I guess, like a political scenario. Like, there had to be some sort of announcement or something. 222, 221.30. All right, the next potential hope of IWM bouncing is 222 flat. I just, like, even if it doesn't bounce for us, that's fine. Can it just trade sideways? Like, I don't want people to get freaked out by that. I'm pretty sure they're talking about actual crypto miners that mine crypto for them, not the ticker of the miners. Yeah, but he was invested in the other company as well. I know exactly what they're talking about. They do both. They mine themselves and through nice hash, which is great. But then they're also talking about that investment into a crypto mining company.
Whoa, brother.
This is the most simultaneously exciting and nerve-wracking sports narration I've heard since the Super Bowl or the Euro Cup. Holy crap, man. Can we get a massive,
Oh, brother.
we passed 51.60. That's our next pivotal price point, in my honest opinion. I think there's going to be a quick flush. I really do, up to 52.
To the Moon Gang.
Mexicanos del Mundo. I appreciate that. Scott Davis becoming an astronaut. Thank you, everyone, for who's joining up. Thank you for everyone annihilating that like button. We're already at almost 7,000 on the day. We're crushing it. There's 27,000 people in here. What is going on? Welcome, apes. Welcome to the Moon Gang. We appreciate you. We're basically here just watching AMC rip faces off, and GME doesn't seem to be that far behind. In fact, it's bucking the trend of the overall market. AMC, it's flexing. It is flexing. Day before 9/11, always heightened security threats, which gives pause and selling. That could be a very reasonable thesis. Could be. Getting a random spam caller. The Russell 2000 trying to do something here. The S&P 500 got hit. Man. All right. Right now we have AMC basing at 51.30. The current intraday high is 51.50 flat. Now, a lot of the times you see levels like that being the high or the low to the perfect cent is just because it is a psychological level that people are paying attention to. I'm assuming there were a lot of day traders who got in at sub 50 this morning, and they're like, they've been riding it up, and they could just be selling at 50-cent increments, and that's why you can see some highs at 51.50. If there's enough people selling there, it ends up becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy. All right, let's see how the new rollover is doing. Let's see how the rollover is doing. What? Must have just been super high volatility. The contracts that I rolled, the new contracts are only up 4%. Come on. Come on. I thought it was going to be more. Where's my money? Where's my money? Whoa. AMC, what you doing there, brother? Hit 51.58. Shout out to Irish calling out 51.60. Not too bad. Off by 2 cents. That wasn't a spam call. It was Kenny's burner phone. It could have been. Call me from a new number. Nunya, thank you. ATER, please. ATER. ATR having a great day, up 23%. I mean, we've been now talking about ATR for 3 days. So 3 days ago, I was saying I like ATR. I would buy it if I had extra capital. And now it's been having a great 3 days. Biden put out a mandate that any company with more than 100 employees had to have a vaccine mandate with a $14,000 fine per violation. That could definitely be damaging to the market. Could be part of what's going on. ANY and SPRT are merging with crypto companies, which means it's highly recommended for shorts to cover and not be margin called into oblivion. But wait, why would... I'm a little confused on why it being specifically with a crypto company that would like make it more dangerous. I mean, just merging with any solid company that has anything going for it could be dangerous to shorts. Could you explain rolling over? Is that only for in the money options? No. In the money, rolling just means your position is you want more time on it in terms of expiration. So you are basically going to close it, whether for a profit or a loss. You take that chunk of money and you roll it to you buy another one. So you basically sell one of your positions and you buy a farther out expiration. If you want to get technical, I do believe that rolling is more so considered doing the same strike price, but a farther out date. I don't really use it that way. I use it more to be, hey, I'm taking all that money and I want the play to stay alive. So I'm going to put it into a farther out expiration date. Hey, yeah, Matt, but it doesn't matter if it's in the money or out of the money. It's just more of a term. Some brokerages are going to actually have a button that lets you roll, like a literal roll button. But on most brokerages, there's no roll button. You just sell one call and buy, take that money, and you go into another position. Fear the Biden executive order mandating vaccination, speculation, and labor shortage could be why the market is slowing. Fear in it? Maybe. I don't know. That sounds like something I really need to dive into this weekend, but I guess for today, I'm much more interested in what AMC and GME do. It's time, Matthew Sun. Suit up, bandana on, posture up, and don't forget those glasses. On our way to the moon. Trace Trades, George W. Mugg. What thesis was that you mentioned about finding shorts? I can't find it to read it. Look True Demon up. TRUE Demon. You can find him on Reddit. You could also find him on Twitter. Shane becoming an astronaut. Shout out. Shout out. All right, we're starting to see a bit of a bounce right here. Is it going to hold in the Russell 2000? ATR looking very strong. We have it up, but we need to see what's going on in the market. We need to see. So here's the dealio on AMC. We shot up from just above 50 all the way up to 51.60. We had a weird 1 minute bar. It went up and then it got smacked. I'm assuming it was with a volume spike that caused the MACD to cross back over into the bearish territory. We went from 51.58 down to 50.58. So it dropped a perfect dollar in a 3 minute time period. Right now, the MACD is bearish, but it's losing its bearish momentum. We want to see AMC retract basically back above 51, and then that sets up another additional test of the mid 51s, but I'm really still watching 52. Hey Matt, second super chat. Can you please chart ATR? Where do you think it'll go? What exactly are you looking for as far as selling, not financial advice? All right, ATER. Well, it's at resistance right now, so I would want it to hold basically 1250, and then I would be watching just below 14. I'd say your closest support is really 1130 to 1150 on ATER. If you don't have an ATER position, you're late to the party. It's been green 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. You don't. This is what people learned about SPRT is they started chasing it. If you're not in the play early, it's not a play for you. Don't like this might be the max value of ATR. I don't know. I don't know the max or min value of anything. I just watch the levels of support and resistance and see how it plays out, and you have to play it accordingly. For all we know, that could be it. I don't think it is. I do think it keeps moving upward. But like, what would you risk? Like your risk right now on ATR is $6.20. It's 50%. Like that's a crazy wide risk. I think it keeps going up, but there's a reason why I shouted it out 3 days ago on this breakout of 8. I was at that point, I was like, okay, if you're willing to risk 2, which is a wide risk, but the potential was also there, and it ended up playing out. But ATR, I'm not going to recommend that anyone chase anything. Chasing is bad. Chasing is what leads to being a bag holder. I love your thumbnail. I was laughing for a full minute. I also loving the green AMC day. I mean, this is a great day. We're holding above 50. The volume's 42. I do want 42. It's 42 mil. I want more. I want to see 115, 125 a million by the time we're done. And I think that will happen as we continue to take out these levels of resistance, because I think we're going to see more and more shorts and panic. We're going to see more and more FOMO buyers. We're going to see more people loading into options chains. There's going to be various things going on. S&P 500 looking heavy. The fact that the S&P 500 and the Russell 2000 are sucking, like this blows my mind. And that's why I keep saying it. I know I'm beating a dead horse here, but the fact that AMC is this strong, and even GME's holding up at 198 coming after its earnings and that negative reaction, these things are both holding up so strong relative to what the market's doing right now. How do I get those bars of MACD, visual, and Weeble at the bottom of the AMC chart? In Weeble, there's going to be like in the top of your thing there, one of them says indicators, and you would add it under an indicator. All right. I like AMC. Right here, AMC, it did get knocked by $1. It came down. It based. The RSI was very high. If anything, this was, I could argue it was good. Look how high the RSI was. We actually saw some bearish divergence. It came down. The bearish divergence played out. The RSI cooled off. We're now looking for the MACD cross and also for AMC to hold above 51. Those are the two things I'm watching in the very short term to see a retest of 51.50. Small resistance, but really watching 52. Really watching 52. Folks, while we're waiting for this breakout, no one's asked me, but I will share it. Have I been up from 4 a.m. due to excitement and anxiety? The answer is yes. Have I had copious amounts of coffee and sugar-free Red Bull because the sugar-free part, obviously, because I'm a health nut? Also, yes. Do I feel like this is insane and can lead to something even more insane? 100%. You know, like I said earlier, we can rest. I can rest. All of us can rest. The Ape Nation can rest. We'll take that nice week vacation. We all meet up on a nice Caribbean island when we have these tendies. We take that week break, and then we come back and we hit the pavement again and figure out how to make more money. This is right now, AMC and GME, they're fun to watch, specifically AMC today. I mean, AMC's up 5%. We have that huge technical breakout. It's a fun one to watch today. I think there's money-making opportunity. I'm in it. I'm very much in it. I'm looking for this thing to go absolutely crazy. And there's always opportunity like that. When this opportunity plays out, we're going to find the next one, the next tech, the next stock, the next option, the next crypto. I mean, right now in crypto, I mean, whoever's been also paying attention to it, we are murdering it on Hex. I called out Hex around 8 cents, 10 cents. That's where I got in. And look at Ethereum selling off, Cardano selling off. Crypto's getting hit right now. You know what's not getting hit? Hex. Hex is pushing higher and higher and higher. Same thing. Would I say that it's reasonable for someone to chase it? No, I think it's reasonable for you to throw it on your watch list, look into it, and if you see any dip, a nice, sweet discount buying opportunity, that's when you hop in. I am not a fan of this chasing concept. Well, in your non-financial advice, what would you suggest me doing with my AMC $20 call, strike price 145, expiring September 17th? I've sat on them for a month. There's a good chance that you've already lost 90, 95% of your premium at that point. Like, just swing for the fences and hope that the mother of all short squeezes happens today and or next week. My argument, why buy crypto when you can earn it and get the benefits of high interest appreciation? That's why I started mining my own. Makes sense. I'm in no way against mining. I'm saying I'm cool with mining. I'm in no way against mining. I'm saying your extra money, why would you buy a mining stock when you could buy crypto directly? I am a fan of mining. I think if you have the setup to mine, I'm a fan of mining and I'm not against it. I'm saying if you have extra capital in your account, I would prefer to buy crypto instead of a crypto mining company. That's it. Nothing bad against mining. I like mining. Part of me wants to use my current computer to mine. Hey man, I have 25 calls at 41. Should I exercise or sell? That's up to you. There's no profit difference. It's, do you want the cash in your account by locking it in and buying some shares and more calls? Or do you just want the shares at an average cost of 41? So with that, do you have the money in your account to pull that off? There's no profit difference though. It's how you want to play it. Do you want shares or do you want the money? But no matter what, you're going to be in the same amount of profit. The profit will either be in your cash from selling the call option, or the profit will be in your unrealized gains from the difference in exercising, because you're going to get to fill at 41. So all of a sudden, you're in a profit of $10 per share. Not financial advice, but have you tried Celsius? Far better than Red Bull and doesn't make you blow your brains out on the way down. I haven't. I'll have to look into that. I found this one, Alani, I think, is something that I like. It's some sort of energy drink that I randomly saw it at the CVS the other day, and I tried it out. It was pretty good. What platform do I use to buy crypto? I use Voyager. So here, I guess this is a good time as any. So right here is Voyager right there. Voyager is a phone app that you download. You download Voyager, you put in the code MAT21. As soon as you trade $100 of any crypto, you get a free $25 of Bitcoin. Pretty awesome. Check it out. The other app you can download is Public. This is for your stock trading, not crypto trading, not options trading. It's for your trading. It's free trading. You get up to $70 a stock when you sign up. And on top of that, this is in that same league of fidelity. I think public.com is the easiest way to avoid market makers, to avoid payment for order flow, to avoid dark pools. All of your trades on Public go directly to a lit exchange. I don't know how to be more clear about this. On Fidelity, you can do it, but then you have to route your own orders. This is the easiest way to do it. This is pinned to the top of chat, public.com/Matt Kohrs. I see no downside. You get free stock when you sign up. It costs you nothing to sign up. You get free trading. And you get you could get up to $70 of a stock. There's, to me, in my opinion, no downside to signing up. Try it out, see if you like it. If you don't like it, the worst case scenario on both Voyager and Public is that you either got free Bitcoin or free stock. You never spent any money. It's just, I guess, your time of signing up might be like that if you don't like it. Alani New, I guess, is the name of it. Did I say it wrong? It's good though. It tastes good. I like it. Thanks, Matt, for being my daily sidekick for the last 5 months. I appreciate all you say and do to the moon. Shout out, Laura. That's so kind. Shout out, Laura Briggs. J.K. Smith, 0914. Shout out, shout out, shout out. So AMC, I like it. We're coasting at 51. Don't be like, oh wait, why is it not going anywhere? Zoom out where we've been on the day. Zoom out. At one point today, we were at 49. We're now trading at 51. A $2 gain. That's pretty solid. We're not that far away from the current intraday high. We broke out of this wedge. Honestly, what we're doing now, you see this wedge that we had previously? We're just in a new wedge. Hang on. Let me really get into this. While we're waiting for this to do something, let me redraw what's actually going on right now. All right, extend the line to the right. No way, Jose. All right, so we have this wedge. Extend the line to the right. No way, Jose. All right, so we have that wedge. Bull pennant. We traded upward, lower highs, higher lows. We broke and it ran up again. And now we have it. As I say this is breaking this way, but let me draw you the new one regardless. Actually, I really don't like the steepness. That was a weird wick to use. All right, so we have that. And if you wanted to, all right, we're kind of watching this wedge right now. As I've been doing this, someone just hit it. Let's see if it just quickly gets back into this wedge though. AMC, we saw this lower high and then it got smacked at 51 and they sent it down another 40 cents, 50 cents. We're at 50, 60 right now. So let's pay attention to this level, but we're looking for it to get back into this wedge right about here for people who want this to be drawn as well as I can draw it. That's as good as I'm going to get. So basically we traded upward, lower highs, higher lows. We broke above that. We traded upward again, lower highs. Let's see if this truly is going to remain a higher low. Kind of watching that 50 level. 50 is important. The fact that we're above 50, I love it. Let's see what it's doing. Remember, we are an hour and 20 minutes into the day. We are 80 minutes into the trading day. And right now, I feel insanely confident. The fact that AMC is above 50 is getting it onto a lot of people's radars. A lot of people are now paying attention to it as it goes up. Think about it. Even on AIM or like on whatever phone app you're at, a lot of people get those alerts when it goes up 5%, 10%. Like it's just like this stock is up, whatever. There's going to be more and more eyes on AMC today. Definitely more eyes, and we just need it to hold. We need the volume to stay consistent, or at least to like best case scenario would to be go even higher. And I would love, we just need to get out of the miniature. Actually, whoa, as we have those voices. So we went from a bull flag to, oh, check this out, even better. Okay. What a day to teach. Hang on, let me bring this up on the old big screen. I feel like I could teach it better. All right, listen up. All right, let me extend to the right. Sweet. All right, let's do some breakdown of the technicals real time, because it's always easy to do technicals after the day is already played out. But what does it look like when it's happening in real time? That's a great question. I am so happy that you asked. Okay, so let's start this off. So today, AMC, it started up, whatever. We had this mess around, high volatility opening, and then we basically saw it, a beautiful push. It pushed from 49 all the way up to 51. Nice push. Then we saw lower highs, higher lows. This is a bullish pennant. The stock was trending upward, and then it created this flag pattern. From there, you're waiting the flag to it build out, and you're looking for a test and a breakout of the top trend line. So right here, when you include what happened yesterday, this is the definition of it. Not a perfect pennant. It would have been more symmetric, but pretty close. So that's what we had this morning, and we broke above it, and that established some key support levels. Right here, here's our current key support levels, 49.60 and 50.17, and that was created in this bullish pennant structure. So after the breakout, we got the breakout right around here, and I just deleted it so the chart wasn't so messy. Now we're trading upward, and now we have a bull flag. Lower highs, lower lows. We're trading downward in this perfect parallel channel. The top trend line, the bottom trend line, like I said, a perfect downward channel. The reason it's called a bull flag is, well, it's trading upward. You have the bullish trend upward, the flag, and then also these commonly break upward. The question, and I'm saying outside of the flag, the question here is, how long is the channel going to build out? It could bounce right here and then like rip through this, or it could build out for the remainder of the day. You don't know. So the conservative entry is probably at the bottom if you're feeling confident, especially if it's aligning with other things. For example, an oversold RSI or some other technical indicator. A lot of these technical structures and indicators, they're most optimally used with other indicators and other technical structures. But anyway, now that we're talking about this bull flag, it trades upward. Let's get some arrows on this chart. Trades upward. And we are looking for a test and a breakout. And then in the meantime, it's trading downward. All right. So what we have, bullish momentum upward, trades in this channel. We wait for the channel, and eventually I should put a big question mark on this third arrow that we have. We just don't know how long this is going to build out. Right now, it did currently just break in the opposite direction, but we have this established support from earlier when we were in the pennant structure at 50.17. So it might just be looking to bounce off of that. But overall, what we're looking for is to see what this downward channel currently does, a test of the top trend line, and then from there you're going to get confirmation when it gets above like the most recent relative high, and at this point it would be 51.26. So this is the dealio that we're watching. Nice bull pennant, bull flag. We're looking for the bull flag to break. Conservative entries would be at the support, the bottom of this trend line. That might, who knows? For all I know, I'm not a fortune teller or anything like this, but this right here may have been the dip buy of the day. For all we know, I mean, we have support. We have 2 layers of support. The RSI was starting to get oversold on the 1 minute. A couple things going on, but this low 50, let's just call it 50.25, could have been the dip buy of the day right here. You don't know. I think there's a lot of day traders who just saw what played out. They're like, okay, cool. I will get in at 50.25. I'll risk 50. Once again, I'm talking about day traders. I'm not talking about like these diamond-handed apes. I'm just trying to do my best from people who I know in trading, like what they're looking at on a chart, who aren't necessarily like emotionally tied to a certain ticker. They just are charters. They're like, okay, this is what I'm seeing. Here's my entry. Here's my exit. So people who are looking at it like this, and really what we should be rooting for is a breakout of this top trend line, and we'll get confirmation if it goes above 51.26, specifically holding there. And then really we do just have a nice setup to the current intraday high at 51.57. All right, that's your breakdown. That is your breakdown. In the meantime, we can look for this MACD to cross. Becky, becoming an astronaut. I appreciate that. So just to ease the minds, for me at least, but were we down yesterday and then shut up 8 minutes before close, so we're good? You're a beast, by the way, Matt. Shout out. Hippie long stockings. Hippie long stockings. I margin invested 500 into AMC on Robinhood with 3K of my money. Could I transfer my shares to public, or have I disabled the margin investing first? I don't know about that. I would assume if you bought shares on margin, like if it's not your money, you wouldn't be able to transfer it because you don't truly have ownership. You bought on margin, you bought on a loan. But yeah, I would assume so. I would assume that's how you would do it. What platform are you trading Hex on? I just transferred it on MetaMax, and then I staked it on like Hex's official staking website, like Go Stake, whatever that is. Mexicanos del Mundo, told you, rejections at 51.60 and around that park we are getting to be a thing, at least for the day. Hence why crossing above it, aka this upper line of the dynamic channel, is crucial. It's the new 45.80 to 46.50. I only hope it lasts for a couple hours, not days. Yeah, with it, I'm still sticking to my thesis, and I agree with you. You definitely were spot on with that. I'm sticking to my thesis as the higher we go, the more rapidly we'll continue to go higher, just because this is such a viral play. Like this is going to get attention. People are going to start pouring in. there is a legitimate, I guess, thing to discuss of people who got in above 50. There are going to be some people out there who you're like, you know what? I got in, I chased, I'm super happy, I'm break even. So I think you're going to have some bag holders from 50, 60 all the way up to 72 who are like, I just want out of this play. But the question is, okay, what's there going to be more of? Is there going to be more people who are bag holding who are looking to get out? Or are you going to have more apes joining in and be like, no, we think this goes higher and higher. And only the future will tell us like which one's a bigger force. What do you think about KPLT? I think KPLT is a legitimate gap fill play up to, what is it, like the mid 9s? Bro, you just cleared up so much for me. I'm driving and listening and I stopped. You explained real-time TA and it clicked crazy. Bless you. Drop a J. Hey, I like that. And with it, let me add a little bit more on there for you, Drop a J. With it, none of it is ever guaranteed. Like you're always saying, okay, this is the current, there's an edge in the situation. Like there's a statistical advantage if I play it this way instead of this way. And it's all about mapping out your realistic like risk and your realistic reward of a current situation. So with it, that's what I love doing. I mean, I've been doing TA now for years and years and years. And I want to start implementing more and more of these because I feel like I'm bringing the community up, at least to my base knowledge. Like you got to start it out like more rudimentary and simple and be nice and introductory. Like you have to be, I guess, reasonable that like a lot of people might not know about it. So like I love to teach this over and over, but even like yesterday we were talking about volume profiles and like I can feel it. I can feel that the community is learning more and more, and just like you, it's starting to click in their head. So like now I'm like, okay, cool. I could start introducing this whole new concept because that's what it is. It's just like you're using technical structures, you're using indicators, you're using volume profiles. There's so many cool things to introduce. And over the past couple weeks, past couple months, I'm even seeing it in the audience. So many people are learning so rapidly. They're calling out the structures. They're like commenting on certain things. So it gets me super excited that I see that it's starting to click with people. And I've never worked as like a teacher in like any formal capacity, but I would imagine it's that same excitement that teachers get when all of a sudden you realize that like some of the people in your classroom are like, oh, like they're getting it. It's so cool for me when everyone's like, dude, I see a cup and handle here. I bought it on the handle and I made X amount of money. Like it makes me so excited. It makes me so excited that people are like truly learning and like making money from it. It's awesome. You're reading this? Yes, you beautiful, silly chicken. Blazing Gaming. Hey Matt, mind checking out PRTY? Been playing it seasonally. Not sure how I feel about this Halloween. So with it, technicals aren't going to tell you much. With Party being like they sell all those like the costumes and all of that. That one's a tough play. I mean, it's a tough play because we're just betting on like, I don't know, is the government going to shut down things again? Even if they don't shut it down, are people going to go out trick or treating? The technicals aren't going to give you an indication on the success of this particular like costume trick-or-treating season. It's a 50-50 bet. So it's like your confidence in it. But I like where your head's at. Seasonality is a very, very strong pattern. And I like that you're thinking about it that way. All right. SPY still flat. RTY still flat. GameStop for some reason not holding on to 198. GME, all right, we have some. Why is this not? Hello? GME has support at 194. I don't know what's going on with GME. I really thought it was going to hold on to 198. We just saw this, like, I guess it started to get a bit heavy, like ever since it broke down 197.50. Interesting. I mean, if you zoom out on these two charts, AMC and GME, some similarities, but like as the day goes on, they're just diverging more and more. More and more. All right, here we go. So in terms of this overall picture, we're still just waiting. It's waiting. We're just in this channel. You can't really do much until you get that, hopefully, fingers crossed, a test and a breakout of this top trend line. I would say just based on this channel that, yes, confirmation comes at 51.25, but just from earlier today, we also know that there is some resistance at 51 flat that also acted as support. So that's something worthwhile to watch in the meantime. But man, GME was selling. It started selling first, and then right away, not right away, but it started selling like almost now. GME seems to be somewhat like dragging it. We saw GME start selling first. I mean, GME has not had a green bar since 10:27 this morning. Since then, it's been red, and it seems like maybe it's now catching up to AMC. I guess this, like, the concept of like these moon stocks and like them still always being, I guess, at least mentally associated together, but has not. What is going on, GME? Someone is hammering GME right now. Is it being shorted? What is going on with GME? They borrowed a $250,000 against it. We've seen this. That was from this morning, so we're at 12.85%. In terms of AMC, they've borrowed 1.08 with a net of 1.05 million. Short interest is 18.5%, so a net increase in the bet against AMC today. Very much looking for GME to create some sort of base and get back. I mean, this is such an oversold scenario. I mean, that's been what, 30 plus minutes of just pure selling. Just use your public referral code, deposited $20 and got 14 free of Apple. Thanks, Matt. Hey, shout out. I mean, it's just free. It's free money. Free crypto on Voyager, free stock on public. Like, not a bad deal just to sign up. Sign up, do a little bit of trading. Matt, more peeps watching you today must be tied to the above 50 notifications. Can you check Tiblio, Big Whales, and Ortex? Thank you, Professor. Definitely can. MMAT technicals, please. All right. MMAT. Hey, MMAT fighting back. I like it. Starting to swing back. Look forward to get above 550, 560, and this thing might have movement. I don't really see MMAT with the biggest ranges, though. If it really gets going, of course, you have to take out like $8. You have to take out $9. But MMAT might have a gap fill back up to 1380 one of these days. Let's check out Tiblio. If there's any interesting bets or names that we recognize. TIGR, TECK, TCOM, NOV, BAX, MDLA, WWE, HCC. So no names I specifically recognize. TIGR is the only one with like a huge amount. Let's see what's going on with TIGR. TIGR up 14%. TIGR, if it makes a higher low, look for the breakout above 1550. Could be interesting. That's like the one bull play I see on Tiblio right now. I don't see any other names that we're specifically watching. On top of that, let's check the flow now. Okay, AMC 53% bullish, 47% bearish, 110 million in the call premium, 18 mil in the put premium. The call volume greatly outweighing the put volume. Let's check out GME. GME pretty much 50-50. So there's stronger bullish flow into AMC on the day. Interesting. Open close. AMC has been green for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, and today would make it number 6. And the put to call ratio, the calls have been dominating. They're all below 0.5, 0.53. Interesting. So definitely some flow into AMC. As of now, not so much in GME, but anything can change. What kind of money are we seeing? The buy side, the sell side. Interesting. Okay, let's go back to the market. Man, I feel like AMC is fighting out its heart right now. It's doing it the best it can in terms of everything else going red. Like it really is trying to go counter trend to everything. GME getting smoked at the moment. 191 coming off $10 drop, but hopefully this bases soon. If you were to throw up the RSI, it's definitely oversold. So we're looking for just some, like, look how oversold it is. This is getting crazy. We're looking for some dip buyers to step in on this one. Check algo, big pump to correction. I was in at 112, DCA sold 190, but what's next levels to watch rebound? Oh, I'm in algo, Alex, but I don't actively trade it. For Algorand, if that's what you're talking about, to me, that's just like a solid long-term crypto investment. I'm not playing it level to level. I'm in it, and I love that pumped yesterday. What's it even at right now? Algo. Looks like it's taking a bit of a breather. It might need to take more, but cool off. But I'm not going to get out of it, because if it just bases and rips again, I don't want to miss that. Maybe 180, 175, 160, somewhere in there. But it's not surprising it has to take a bit of a breather. But I'm in no way actively trading any of this crypto. I buy it on dips, and then I just sit there and I smile when it goes super, super green. I entered in BBAG at 657, shared before you even started talking about, and thanks for all your TA and teaching. Thank you. Shout out, Jagan. Milk Shot Dabs TTV. I appreciate that. Shout out. All right. Well, AMC currently at the bottom of this wedge. Let's see what's going on. All right. We're just building out this channel, this downward channel, this bull flag. Waiting. Patience. Looks like GME is finally getting a bounce off of this oversold correction. Let's see it recapture 194.11, the minute one low. Or I should say the opening low, technically. All right. I think I got everything. Oh, sorry. Let me go back to this. Maybe we need a rocket for some good luck. There we go. There's our rocket. Let's throw the rocket and see if that helps AMC and GME rocket. Hey, I think it did. We saw a bit of green. All right. Rumble's rocking. Twitch is rocking. Sorry about the Rumble issues yesterday. I think I messed something up in my own settings. But we are waiting on AMC to test, break, and rip. Test, break, rip. Step 1, test. Step 2, break. Step 3, rip. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. What is the measured move from this flag? Well, I guess we could do some quick math. 49.60. What did we hit? 51.60. So $2. So for the smaller measured move, it would be $2. And then from the bigger one, it would be just under $3. So upon the breakout, we could look at the $2 if we're going to get into the whole measure move thing. That's not my favorite technique. It's strong in certain circumstances, but let's see. If the measured move starts right off of this, off of 50, that would obviously bring us directly to 52. So that could be interesting. Just because we also know that's a key level of resistance. All right, we have this. Pumpkin futures starting to look good, holding till Xmas. Ever apply for Twitter verification? Yeah, I did. Actually, I got the response the other day, and yesterday I was like reading it on stream. They said, I'm not verified because I'm not notable enough. I'm not a notable enough human, which, whatever. If that's their opinion, dumb me just thought, hey, maybe you should verify the person to help cut down on scam accounts, because there's a lot of people who just are using my likeness. They message someone, they're like, hey, I have a secret investment opportunity, just send me some money. And then people do it and they don't know it's me. And it's so much easier to know if you're talking to a real person. Like, hang on, like I heard his like account's verified, like does this have a check mark? And they don't do it. So I don't know, maybe I'll never be notable enough. Check SOS. What are your thoughts? Check news. 17x revenue. SOS. That's another crypto miner, so I'm not going to be the biggest fan. Relative to SOS, I think Mara and Riot are better companies, but I still don't know if I would necessarily do that. I'm not going to invest into a Bitcoin mining company when I could just buy crypto itself. I coached youth soccer for the past 15 years. The high you get when they do something in the game that you've been working on training is totally indescribable. Never taught coach adults, but I imagine the feeling is the same. Now that you've experienced the feeling, you're hooked on it for life. You'll never stop teaching. I hope you're keep reliving that high. I know I owe you a beer, maybe 37 of them. Thanks for everything. Shout out. Oh, hey, Mark. Thanks again for all you do. Half the time it feels like it's just you and I traversing the markets together. Do you have any thoughts on SLQT now that the gap has been filled? Could you take a look at it for the technicals? SLQT. SLQT. You said the gap has been filled. Once the gap's filled, that's kind of it for me. Like, I would want to give it, like, that's kind of the play. I'd be like, oh, okay, sick. Now I'm done with this play. And then I would want the chart to see, like, is it going to keep pushing? Does it get a reversion? Once the gap fills over, I'm like, okay, I take my money and then I sit. I'm like, okay, how's the chart going to trend? So after the gap fill play, I want it to develop a bit more. But this is a perfect example of a gap fill. It gapped down, it took a bit, finally filled the gap. I would take my money and be like, okay, cool. And I would let it develop a little bit more to see which way, if it's going to keep trending, maybe the trend's done. I don't know. All right, AMC, testing. Matt, ask Charles Payne to vouch for you on Twitter. Twitter's like the principal thought you had no potential. Jealous. Yeah, I mean, Twitter just kind of does its own thing to my understanding. Like, they really, I mean, I don't think they take like people vouching or anything. Honestly, it might not even be a human. It might just be like an algorithm that like searches your name that you apply under and like, I don't know, maybe sees how much time you come up in like a Google search result or something like that. I don't even know if it's necessarily like a human driven review process. BBIG looking good. Watch 1170 on BBIG. Whoa. What is that? BBIG showing some life. AMC is right at the top of its channel. Fingers crossed for a breakout. It doesn't necessarily have to break out, but that's what we're looking for. And our first test would be 51. Am I doing that wrong? Our first test is 51, and then it's 51.25. All right, but AMC, it is knocking on the door. GME, after being, for whatever reason, attacked, oversold, people panicked. I don't know if it could have been shorted. I mean, we've only traded 1.7 million, and we know they borrowed $250,000. So that's a decent chunk that they could have dropped all those shares right there. But it is oversold nonetheless. Let's see if it can recapture 194, then 198, then 200. I see you are cheating on the duck suspenders, going to make me change my mind. Love all you do. Up XXXXXXX because of you and Trey. Shout out Matt's duck suspenders. No, I'm not cheating. These are those duck suspenders. I wore them for you. These are the legit OG duck suspenders. On a big day like today, of course I'm going to break out the OG suspenders. We gotta shed some light on those naked shorts. It's symbolic. Man, my phone again. Someone's really trying to get a hold of me. Victor, hey Matt, long time no see. What's going on, Victor? Hope everything's going well. Hope everything's going swimmingly. I know Sorry Charlie is a piece of shit, but his current FTD tweet is hilarious in desperation, and I'm paying you to do a bit on it. Maybe he can call in. Let me see what it is. Sorry, Charlie. What is his? I don't even follow him. Charles Gasparino. He 25 minutes. Sorry, Charlie just tweeted out. Watch what happens to AMC when Biden realizes he needs to impose a 2% tax on popcorn and ape costumes to pay for all of his spending. AMC and GameStop see retail trading interest drop as new meme stock rally CNBC after hours. Wasn't that already debunked? I'm not finding the FTD thing though. Thus far, AMC not having the best of luck at this trend line breakout. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're messing around right here. Let's see if we could develop some sort of momentum. What did he say about FTDs? Your FUD has always been laughable. Watch what happens to AMC when Biden, like, what? I don't get this guy. He's just like, he's saying English words, but when you put them all together, they don't make sense. Matt, me Kevin isn't verified and he's running for damn governor of California. Twitter seems to be a little biased in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, some of those biggest people. Me Kevin's running for governor. He has over 1 million subs. Like, he's well known. Do you know how many articles he's been written on? How many national TV appearances he's made? He's all over the place. Everyone knows who Meet Kevin is. He's not verified. Graham Stephan has 3 million subscribers. He's had a write-up in everything, in Forbes, Business Insider. He's been on a lot of shows. Like, he's all over the place. Andre Jick, over 1 million. He's been on some of the biggest podcasts. He's definitely like a leading speaker in the world of crypto. He's not verified. I don't know. I don't get it. It seems, I'm not even necessarily saying it's an AMC and GME thing. They just seem to really be against people getting verified if they're in the like YouTube finance space. But what I don't get is you could have what would be on a relative basis, like a much smaller like gamer who maybe has just much smaller, and they get seemingly verified like easier. Like, I don't know. I don't know what their basis is. And maybe people got verified super early on when the process was quote unquote easier and they might have got grandfathered into it. But the current process to get verified on Twitter is like notably difficult, with the main example being like the insanity of Meet Kevin. He's running for governor of California. He's a known candidate who's running and they won't verify him. They're like, nah, that doesn't like how is that not notable? Like, how does that not meet all the criteria? It's crazy. Matt, could you put a visible date and time on your videos when your stream ends and YouTube plays a previous video? I came back to my office and it was playing an old video at AMC. Yeah, almost all of mine have a date on it. All of the thumbnails have a date, and you could also see the time somewhere on the screen. But that's why I have all my thumbnails with a date. Please do a spoof call with Kenny G on your voice changer. I'm sure he's running out of Huggies by now. We have to wait for... I'm not going to call him.
Whoa, brother. Big super chat.
Hang on. What is this? Where are we at? Yeah, no. We'll see if Kenny calls. I mean, I don't like calling him. He's a sad guy. He's a sad guy. I don't know much about AMP, Scott. I've heard more and more about AMP, but I need to look into it. But my knee-jerk reaction would be to be bullish on it. Can you confirm what the IV was back in the June run-up? I'm finding 657% as the high. Is that astronomical or pretty normal for filthy moves? I mean... that like those go hand in hand. A filthy move is astronomical. I don't know what it is specifically, but I know it's definitely above 500%. 657 might have been the max. Matt, aside from AMC, which squeeze play stock are you most optimistic about? This is not financial advice. So AMC and GME are very much in their own tier. There's no reason ever to put any other stock in that tier. AMC and GME are a cultural movement against the illegitimate practices that occur on Wall Street. Things like BBIG, SPRT, ATR, ANY, those are all awesome trades to make for a quick FTD short squeeze. They are a whole different league. It's a whole different style of play. AMC and GME are a type of trade. They're a type of play that I very much believe in. And then you have these other ones that I'm not, I guess, in a certain, like, I just think of them so differently in my mind. I don't even know the best way to articulate it. But these other plays, I think they're just good plays. You make your money, you get in, you get out. But I'm not going to be diamond handing BBIG, ATER, SPRT, any of those. I'm going in, I'm trying to make a lot of money, and I'm trying to get out. I don't have a social devotion to those. Like, if I see a good trade, I want to execute on a good trade. Spill the beans, Wes Christian tweeted. I'm happy to announce that I've been hired by Naked Truth Inc. to spearhead and lead an investigation into market manipulation and naked shorting. Follow us. More to be announced at nakedtruth.info. Hashtag AMC, GME, Trade Trades, Matt Kohrs, Charles Payne, Adam Aaron, and Melissa Lee. That is news to me. I wish I had beans to spill, but I don't. That sounds awesome. Scott, I appreciate you becoming a space up. Shout out to everyone joining up. Shout out, shout out. All right, so we just hit that first level, 51 that I was calling out, and I said, remember, the confirmation is above 51.25. But this is what I was trying to maybe, hopefully people understood it. So this level, 51.50, not the time frame, but the level was still a good buy level. When I had that first marked, hang on, let me get rid of this. Still a solid buy level. We just had to extend it into a second hit, kind of potentially like a George W setup, a George W breakout of this trend. But this is how it plays out. Do technicals always go out the way they're supposed to? Absolutely not. To a certain degree, did I get somewhat lucky on this call? Well, yeah, because you never know what the market's going to bring. But I've seen this pattern enough to know that, like, most of the time it plays out a certain way. It plays out enough way to say that there's a statistical edge. And like I said, confirmation comes at 51.25. I think there's a lot of people that love to romanticize and overcomplicate some of this stuff. Really, it's no much more difficult than just saying, okay, here's my risk, here's my reward. I see this pattern before. Let's see if it plays out again. Nothing will ever be guaranteed. And in terms of AMC and GME, there's no reason to have a price level target or anything like that. Let's just ride the trend. Let's enjoy it. Do I think some of the predictions out there are excessively too high? Yes, I do, if I'm being completely honest with you. Do I think some of the predictions out there are excessively too low? Yes, I do. But with that, also, if I throw out a random number, what does it matter? Like, who am I to say, like, what? Like, do you know how lucky it is for anyone out there to put out a price level and be anywhere even close to it in a scenario like this? It's pure luck. Any price level, it's a guess. It is a guess. And for you, for me, I can't tell you what to do. I can tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to ride the trend. I'm looking for the shorts to cover. I don't know what price level that will occur at, but when I see that happening, okay, well, that's the time to lock in the profits. But with you, you don't have to follow that. Maybe you could pay your house off at this level. Maybe you could pay your student debt off at this level. Maybe you have medical bills at this level. Maybe you're just trying to make X amount and you're happy with that. You could pay for a vacation and you can move on with your life. Whatever it is, no one is right or wrong. There's not a council of gatekeepers who are like, you're an ape, you're not an ape. You do what you want. Honestly, I'm so sick and tired of people trying to tell other people what makes them an ape and blah, blah, blah. No. You are in this to send a message to Wall Street. You are in this to make money. Do what is best for you. No one should be looking into your pockets. They're not putting food on your table. Seriously, do what's best for you. And I wish you the best of luck. Price target, more than a penny. Not a hedge fund. I'll have to agree with you on that one. Seems like should be more volume with this breakout. At least Iceberg is in the red now. I also delivered a new pair of pants to Kenny G, Diamond Dallas Page. I hope your delivery route's going well today. Iceberg, yeah, those people, we all kind of knew they were going to get demolished. It was just kind of awkward. Hey, Matt, would you buy an AMC call option contract now or hold it for a while today for a possible dip? I'm scared to pull the trigger. Ape, appreciate you. So this is actually kind of what I was talking about. Like, I can't tell anyone to buy, but like I said, hey, I thought this was a good buy opportunity. We saw support. We saw a breakout, some consolidation, some support. We have this trend line. Like, this was the opportunity to do it. Do I know what the remainder of the day holds for us? Absolutely not. But I thought that the risk reward paradigm was a pretty solid one at 50 after the breakout and the reaffirmation of that level. You're now chasing by $1. Like, I mean, I marked it on the chart with it. And that's why, like, I mean, I still like this level. Like, I marked it first and then I just extended it. It hit that same level. But AMC seems to be holding 50. It's all about setting up your risk reward. Whenever you're creating a position, your first question in your mind shouldn't be like, how much will I make if it goes to this value? Ask yourself, how much could you lose if it all goes wrong? That is the best question to ask. So right here, that was a support with like, right here, 50 was a nice level with the next support only being 40 cents away. To me, on a stock like AMC, that's a reasonable risk to take. With the reward being a breakout above 51.50, tracking up to 52, then 53. It's whenever you're about to make a trade, ask yourself that. Please ask yourself that. If I get into this right now and things go south, what is the worst case scenario? And if you're okay with that, all right, well, then it's a reasonable play. If you're not okay with it, you probably shouldn't be in that play. I'm literally holding a box of crayons and popcorn, sending positive vibes from SoCal. Shout out, Edgar. Don't be a jerk. What? I'm just explaining support and resistance. How is that being a jerk? SPRT waking up. I still think a gap fill up to that 30-50 level. How will you know in the real time when shorts cover it? You don't. There's no way to know unless you're working at one of the places who's actively covering. Like, you would have to be like almost like an inside man. Can you check Cody calls 917? Matt's delicious piece. Can you phone? Why is this not coming up? But Maddie's delicious. Hang on, did my internet? Why is this? Something weird just happened. Am I back? Is this firing at all cylinders? I think I'm back. If you're having issues, if you could just hit a quick reload. SPRT just got smoked. Volatility halt. AMC. Yeah, SPRT just got halted at 11:32, so it's going to be a 5 or 10 minute halt. Probably a 10-minute halt at this point. What happened there? That was crazy. Is there news on SPRT?
Trading halt. Right here. Okay. Support.com approved merger with... So they just approved the merger. Breaking news. SPRT, support.com. The stockholders approved merger with Greenidge Generation Holding. We are grateful for our stockholders' overwhelming endorsement of support.com merger with Greenidge, said Lance Rosenzweig, President and CEO. We are proud of what our team has achieved and look forward to partnering with the Greenidge team as we execute on our growth strategy to drive stockholder value. Whoa. What is going on? Unstable. What is going on? A green screen. How is this happening? Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? Is there any voice coming through? Because everything on my end is fine. Like my Streamlabs is literally having no issues. Sounds like he's huffing helium. Hello. What is going on here? Well, this is weird. Hello? Okay, something is happening with... Like, I mean, we're good on Twitch. We're good on Rumble. This is a YouTube issue. It's a YouTube-specific issue. So if you guys want to port over to, like, YouTube is just freaking out right now. This is a good example of why I'm on multiple platforms. Rumble up, Twitch up, YouTube down. What is going on? YouTube green screen. This is freaky. This is freaky. This is freaky. Yeah, Twitch is working and Rumble is working. So this is a YouTube problem. This isn't like a data problem. All right. Is there a way that they could fix it? How could I restart the stream? A crack. Why is YouTube freaking out? What do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And AMC is looking hot, folks. It's above 51. It just tapped 51.25. Oh, what problem?